Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the Co-Optional Podcast, where we occasionally talk about video games, which are stupid, of course. All of them.
The stupid games.
Stupid games. Strippin,
You
the
just
one.
press buttons. What's up with that?
Yeah, you do. You really do. That's all you do. Jesse's just descending into a realm of pixels.
I ain't getting involved in this.
Oh, you will. You will.
Nope. I choose not to judge crazy people. They're already crazy. They don't need to be judged.
Way to get involved so fast.
I choose not to judge this
his
fucker.
only sentence.
I won't judge that wanker over there. Absolutely not. Oh my!
It's nice to see that I am super pixelated on the screen.
You're
Love
kind of
it.
recovering a little bit. Yeah, it's whatever. It happens. There's not really a huge amount that we can currently do about it, but it is a thing that happens nonetheless. Welcome to the Co-Optional Podcast. We do occasionally talk about video games. Our guest this week is the mighty Strippin. Welcome to the show.
So mighty, thank you.
Mighty. Come on, bit more enthusiasm. Mush mush.
Nope, he's
So
not-
happy to be here!
Did you just
That
wake up?
was-
Is that why?
What?
What? I mean, yeah, I was playing Ark all night.
Really?
Yeah. I was playing Ark till like 6 a.m. and then recorded some stuff with some UK people and then had a power nap.
Wow.
Impressive.
You're living the dream, buddy. You're just so exciting.
Thrilling, absolutely thrilling. Before we continue to go on with the show, we're testing out a new little feature which is designed for those of you running on very, very limited bandwidth or who happen to be, say, on the go using a mobile device. And what it does is it essentially gives you an audio-only version of this current live stream. If you want to test it out, and they're asking us to stress test it, so I'm sure we can, you go to tunein.alphageekradio.com. That's tunein.alphageekradio.com, and that will allow you to access an audio live version of the stream. And it's, again, just designed to try and give people on mobile devices a little bit of an easier time if you happen to be out and about. So do feel free to give that a shot if that's what you're doing, and we'll see whether or not it actually works. I'll post the link in the chat for you live. Obviously, if you're watching the VOD, this is not applicable to you. And here is the link in the chat. There you go. So feel free to give it a shot. Those of you who watch the show normally, there's really no reason whatsoever for you to actually use this, but it's just something to just give a bash if you are really short on bandwidth or anything along those lines.
You won't be seeing this, though. What am I doing? You don't know.
I don't know because it's blurry as shit.
The answer's
I don't know what
nothing.
that
The
is.
answer, she's doing nothing. If you're
Okay.
listening, you are missing nothing right now.
Yeah, and we blew the server up incidentally. So there you go. There's your stress test, Alpha Geek Radio. You might need a bigger boat. Oh my, oh my. All right, Jesse, welcome to the show.
Yo, hi. Oh my goodness. I'm finally moved into the new office. Everything's in here now, and it's great.
I'm sure
So
it is.
I got a few things I have to, as you can see behind me, a few things I need to put away still.
pile of junk. Yeah,
But
looks
Other
just
than
like
that,
your old
everything
place.
my- the book, my USA chair is USA-rific. My
Wow.
shelf is over there. The shelf that's usually behind me is over there and over there now. It has everything on it, and there's all sorts of... I'm putting it all together. There might be a little echo because I don't have all my sound foam up yet, but other than that, I'm feeling good and ready to work. I was trying to work this morning. I showed up at the office at 6 a.m., started
Why?
recording, doing
you-
work, because...
Did you turn up
Well,
on
here-
that Witcher 3 longboard behind you?
Absolutely.
I rolled in.
Did you
rolled in
did
on
you
my
longboard in?
You know, of all the things that I associate with The Witcher 3, a longboard is not high on that list.
It's so cool.
That's 'cause
On
I
the
got
bottom side, it's got like a big ol' thing.
Yeah, Geralt and the Wild Hunter on the back. But no, I got it at a Santa Monica event, and I guess they assumed Santa Monica was like the cool place. So
Don't know
like,
why they
yeah,
think
Santa
that.
Monica, they have longboards. So
Do they? Is that a common
I don't know.
feature?
I mean, they could have given me a homeless person. That's more akin to Santa Monica.
Oh.
Hey-oh, topical.
Jesus, man.
Look,
America-
that's
Jesse
why.
said he wasn't going to insult anybody or get involved.
Yeah,
but he's
we're not going to be
throwing it all out
judgmental
there.
on this show today. You know, that's now homeless people and a Polygon journalist. Great.
You just call a Polygon journalist homeless? It's probably true.
Well, considering how much they
like a
get
matter of
paid and the
time.
fact they have to live in San Francisco, they're probably better off that way.
Probably true. I know a lot of journalists. They're basically homeless as it is.
For all intents and purposes. You
Yeah.
can't feel too mad about people like that because, really, you're living in a studio apartment in
homeless?
San Francisco. Might as
Wow,
well be a
TV.
cupboard. I didn't say anything about that. That was all
I'm
you.
delighted to be here. Thank you for asking.
Yeah,
Hi,
I'm sure you
everybody.
are.
I'm Dodger.
Sure you are.
Any of you who are longtime viewers of the show, you'll be delighted to know that I'm eating cashews.
Ah.
And if
Any
you
of
don't
you who
get
are
that joke,
longtime
I'm not
viewers
going to
of the
explain
show.
it to you.
You cashew chicken-eating motherfucker.
We don't do
Yay!
in-jokes on this show. No
Yeah, we
thanks.
Bring
do.
it back.
Always.
We don't have that
do.
many. Come on, we're not that bad. There's some podcasts that need an entire wiki for all of their supposed in-jokes, just to explain
Well,
it to people.
To be fair, in place of gratuitous in-jokes, we talk about how hard it is being YouTubers basically every show.
To be fair,
So-
yes. It's our little group therapy session that we have every once in a while. We just happen to allow people to spectate it for some reason. Oh my.
It's great. I love it because then the rest of the day it's like I appreciate what you do and it makes me feel good. And I love when you make me feel good. I love when you make me feel good and it make
What's
me
happening to
feel
you?
good, Internet. Hi.
God,
I'm really excited.
you look like a giant piece of fruit on camera. I'm sorry.
I feel like a giant piece of fruit. Take a bite. Take a bite, Internet.
Part of me's hoping that I haven't woken up yet, and this is like that. You know that pre-dream where you wake
Yeah.
up and then you think you've woken up, but it's still a dream.
Yep.
I want this to be that.
I can
It's
understand
not.
that
It's
desire.
real life. Sam, it's real life.
It's just fantasy.
Really?
Really.
Caught in a landslide.
No escape from reality.
reality.
Oh, God. All right, cool. Let's talk about
The
games.
skies and sea.
Yeah.
I'm just a
Poor boy, I work for Polygon. It's easy come, easy go. Little high. Video games are stupid.
Anyway the wind blows doesn't really matter to me.
'Cause I don't like video games. I don't like video games.
All right, cool. Good. Did it.
All right, enough of that. We do occasionally
TV,
talk
I'm
about
going to challenge you. I'm going to challenge you that for the rest of this show, you are not going to make fun of Polygon. For the rest of the show.
I can't-
don't know
I just
if you
can't
can
do it, Captain.
Because
I don't
my
have
God,
the
it's like
power.
an impulse. It's like this awful impulse inside of you, but I just want to see if you can do it. Just like hold it all in.
I like the assumption that we have not even addressed what we're talking about, really. So
No,
people
we were
watching right
actually
now
assuming the
have
people
no
that-
clue.
Let's just get it out of the way. Let's get it.
Let the
let's-
demon out. Let
Couple
it
of
out.
minutes, and let's get it out of the way, and then I
the
won't
demon
talk
free.
about.
Always. The
I won't
demon's
talk about
always
the rest of the
out.
show.
I'm telling
I promise.
you to like put the demon in there.
I promise. We can put the genie back in
Dodger
the bottle.
wants the demon in her.
Okay.
Guys,
Let's get it out of the way, and then I won't talk about them for the rest of the show. I promise.
We need to
Okay.
perform an exorcism.
We do.
Dodger
This is
wants
an
the
intervention.
demon.
Okay. All right. The reason we are mocking Polygon at the moment is not for the usual reasons that Polygon is kind of silly, but Polygon put out perhaps the most egregiously terrible article we have ever seen in the history of Polygon. And that's a lot of work. That's a pretty high standard, or low standard, whichever you prefer. So they sent a journalist, quote unquote, to a event for Rock Band 4 in Santa Monica, actually. And he was sent to a high-class hotel. They had the event on the roof of this thing. They were serving canapes, apparently. I don't even know what a canapé is, but it sounds really
I'm
fancy.
Googling it. What is a canapé?
I've never eaten a canapé, you know. But
It's
they were
like
serving them
Iceland-
canapés.
It's like Iceland buffet food on a tray.
Is it?
but-
Okay. So they were
but
serving
for
the
rich
little finger
people.
food and everything like that.
Oh no,
And they had
it's
a
like little,
stage.
like little red squares with stuff on it, or like a cracker with stuff on it, or like
Yeah, he's,
little tiny
I mean,
one bite
I pretty
foods.
much nailed
Anyway.
it. I nailed it.
So they sent them to an event, and it's very standard, as we know, because we've been to these events ourselves, to go to an event like that, and you are asked to play the game, and essentially you're expected to report your findings. And yeah, they'll treat you well because they hope that you have a good impression. but, they're spending quite a lot of money to set these damn things up. And this guy travels to the event, refuses to play the game, and then writes 800 words about not playing the game. And he starts off with some of the most pretentious drivel I've ever read. Like, he's using words that he clearly doesn't understand, like effervescent, for instance. And then going on about, no, he's not playing the game. He's actually talking to a colleague about politics in the Philippines. Like, does anyone actually believe that this guy is discussing politics in the Philippines with anybody? I mean, really? I don't think so.
I would like to think so. I would like to think that he is up on Filipino politics.
Yeah, absolutely.
In the end, it doesn't matter if he was or not. The point is, he didn't play the game and then wrote an article about the game.
About how he didn't play
Those
it.
are the 2 big points here.
Yes.
And then
Classic
end of the article with like, look, it's not for me. Someone might like it. Like,
yeah, it's like, I want to go to a quieter place because I don't like loud
me.
noises. Like, and of course the cracking quote from the article, which is, all video games are stupid, comma, of course. As if that's some predestined manifest destiny comment. Like, everyone, I mean, there's not even a debate, of course, it's not even a question, because everyone knows all video games are stupid, of course.
That was the point in the article where, because TB was like, you should read this. I'm reading it. That was the point in the article where I was like, what the fuck is this article about? Because it literally, like, it went from, let's talk about Rock Band, to, Rock Band was never really for me, to, you know what? All games are just silly and pretentious. All you do is press buttons. What's up with that? And I was like, what are you talking about? What is this? What am I reading?
It's like, what a bad episode of Seinfeld. And 2, it's a case of, you're a fucking video games journalist. What the hell are you even in this industry for? Can you explain it? Is it because you couldn't find anything better? I mean, I've said this about several games journalists. I really think they think they're temporarily embarrassed Pulitzer winners. Like, they really think, if only I were given the chance, I could be a world-leading journalist and be showered in awards. But no, I'm stuck with video games. Video games. I have to go to all of these events where I have free food in fancy hotels and play video games.
It does in fact seem like a Seinfeld episode. I imagine George gets hired to be a Polygon journalist and doesn't know how to play video games. So he, Jerry, and Kramer have to write an article, and it's due in 6 hours. What do they write about? Filipino politics.
What's the deal with Filipino politics?
I actually closed this when I got 6 lines in, but it does actually get worse. Yeah,
it does. It gets worse. What gets me more than anything is they actually published it. Like, sites are supposed to have editors. You would think once it got to the editor stage, they'd turn around and say, this probably shouldn't be on the website. Like, you didn't write about the game. You're going to look like a colossal twat. We shouldn't put it out. But no, it got past the editor somehow. That's incredible. That blows my mind. There you go. That's, we've all been to those events before. And I think the least sympathetic thing you could ever possibly say to your audience is, God, my life is so hard. I had to go to this event and play a video game that you guys liked before you guys got to play it. And they gave me free food, and it was a really nice hotel. Oh.
It's just that second phrase. I'm standing at a safe distance drinking fizzy water, eating puff pastry canapes, and chatting to another colleague about politics in the Philippines. Having an okay time.
And then there's just this slurping noise. It sounds like this. And that's the sound of Polygon disappearing up its own arse. It's just awful. Fucking awful.
I love the... I don't even... Never mind. There's in his... I went to go look it up now so I can give you a direct quote, but I don't see it anymore. But the author wrote a thing that was basically like, people just don't get sarcasm or satire or whatever he was writing.
Yeah, sure. That was satire. Yeah, okay, right. Sure it was. That's no, it wasn't.
He had another word that I don't think he knows.
Yeah, it's like you don't understand that either. What was satirical about that? Where was the satire?
He wrote, I mocked myself a bit for being a dull dog. Some people didn't understand that, I think. That's what he was saying.
No,
so he was mocking
you didn't.
Himself?
You literally mocked the entire industry, called video games stupid, and then made yourself look like an entitled, privileged, pretentious piece of shit. That's what you actually did. Let's be frank.
One of his lines is, You're not really shooting terrorists at the World Cup. You're just pressing buttons. It's patronizing and simplistic, but every now and again you come across a game that has so little emotional connection to who you are that you end up standing there gazing at the screen and saying, I'm just pressing buttons and my life has no meaning.
Holy shit!
This is his
It reads like a 13-year-old emo girl's diary. Oh my god. It's just a satire, guys. No, it isn't. You're an asshole. Bear in mind, this is the same guy that wrote that terrible article about Life is Strange, claiming that the lighthouse was a phallic metaphor for rape. Yes, someone actually
said that about
did
lighthouses
that, and it was
for
him.
years.
Yeah, lighthouses. I mean, what's the first thing you think of when you
Lighthouses.
see a lighthouse? A giant
Penises.
dong, obviously.
Giant.
I think
Giant
about the
dicks.
greenhouse family.
Yeah,
The lighthouse family.
the lighthouse family. That's a reference that at least half of this podcast won't get.
Left
Oh my-
hand.
Nope.
Left hand. It gotta be lifting. All the
I don't know.
shadows.
We should send him the entire
Left
discography of
hand.
Linkin Park.
Oh my god, you need to learn about the lighthouse family, Jesse.
Oh my god.
No,
All right, anyway, okay, that's it. I won't talk about it anymore. We've got it out of the way.
Challenge accepted, TV.
Yeah.
I believe in you.
Just get out of the industry. I'm sorry.
I don't believe
Go. If you
No,
can't
you know
be
what-
asked
you know
to do your job, get the fuck out. That's simple.
Here's the thing. I don't blame that guy. I blame Polygon, because if you're going to send someone to an event, know your reporters and your journalists and
Exactly.
send the
To
right
some
person,
degree,
not
yeah.
a guy who doesn't have, like, I'm sure he's
Still-
in some games.
Yeah, I mean, still, though, you do your fucking job. It doesn't matter. I know they should have definitely sent someone who was more into that kind of stuff, but you still do your job. You don't, and you especially don't go on the internet and write, like, you almost take glee in how little of your job you actually did, and then you presented it in front of people like it was a fucking work. I mean, come on!
I like the included screenshots and video. Like, here's some stuff, though, if you want to.
That got from the
They
press
don't
kit.
think anyone reads their articles. Yeah. I imagine no one
what a
reads the
joke.
articles.
I hope
I like
not.
to think they sent like a real life version of Professor Snape from Harry Potter to this event, and he just fucking
like,
stood there. Like, what
Oh.
is this?
Okay,
I
alright,
have a
that's
fizzy water.
New cannon, new head cannon. That's
All right.
exactly what he looks like
Fizzy
for me
water.
now.
fizzy water. Oh my. Alright, enough of that. They're ridiculous. Okay, Strippin, what have you been playing this week? What's been going on?
Oh man, I played like 14 hours of Ark yesterday.
Yes, that seems to be the new hotness on Twitch. So tell us a little bit about Ark. What's it all about?
Well, it's one of those standard sandbox survivals,
Okay.
but a la Stomping Lands, but
Right.
actually people have taken time to put effort into developing a game instead of bankrolling a Kickstarter and then
Unbelievable.
failing. It's pretty well done. There's a lot of content. They've only been developing the game for 8 months, and it kind of just came out of nowhere. So everyone was kind of excited to get their hands on it. Yesterday, they opened up the servers just to YouTubers and Twitch streamers, and there was only one server, and there was 100 people on it. So it was literally like it was a who's who of Twitch and YouTube sandbox gamers just playing on this one server, and every single person you bumped into, you knew in some shape or form. It was kind of crazy, but it's really fun. It's really fun. It's really fun.
It looked pretty impressive from a graphical standpoint, I got to admit, which is quite surprising because
Yeah.
most of these survival games look like absolute arse, especially in early access.
The
Yeah, it's,
dinosaurs are so
it's
cute.
Unreal 5, isn't it? So
4.
4.
I was going to say, if it's Unreal 5, I'd be very surprised. But yeah, it looks like Unreal 4.
4.
We're starting to
Yeah,
get games like that. I
it's
think Hatred was actually the first Unreal 4 game.
It actually looks like that in game. That clip as well.
Yeah, this
It's
is the
crazy.
trailer from the PlayStation YouTube channel.
Obviously,
at the moment.
there's they focused a lot more on content than performance, so a lot of people did just have to lower their settings and
It
stuff.
just runs
but,
like crap. Yeah.
Yeah, but I mean, it's not too bad. It's mainly just take down the sky detail, and it's totally fine.
Right.
But yeah, you can tame dinosaurs, ride dinosaurs. There's base building. Yeah, there's a lot to offer. It's really good.
Yeah, we'll see how long that survives. On Twitch.
Yeah.
We've seen plenty of survival games like that before pop up on Twitch and then just sort of disappear after a while because either just don't have enough content, people burn through it, the interest dies away. But for the time being, it's, I think, ranked 3rd on Twitch, which is fairly rare. I mean, you generally don't see a new game dethroning things like Counter-Strike and League and Dota as easily as this did. I think it's mostly down to the fact that Lyric has been streaming a bunch of it, and he's obviously the most popular streamer on Twitch. So the fact that he did it means that a lot of people jumped on it.
75K yesterday.
Yeah, well, isn't that the case today as well? Actually, like there's
maybe
that was the I shouldn't be showing that. There we go. Yeah, the 85,000 people are currently playing it, and 56,000 of them are on Lyric stream. So it's a bit weird because it's actually artificially inflating the numbers. There's only 3 streams which are above 2,000 viewers, and the lion's share of the viewers are on Lyric stream at the moment. I mean, it looks all right. We'll see. Will it ever be finished? Because, I mean, isn't literally the only finished survival game Don't Starve? That's it. Like, everything else is still in early access.
Yeah.
We'll
and
see.
to add even more
together,
content, they've got
still...
a Steam workshop where you can actually submit even more stuff. So
interesting.
Yeah, no. And
great.
other than that, I've been playing Splatoon.
So, Splatoon.
Yeah.
You and Dodger have played that, haven't you?
Yes, I'm so into Splatoon.
Okay, so why? What's so special about Splatoon? So a lot of people seem to like it a lot.
I've never seen Dodger swear so much at a child's game.
Wow. Okay.
Firstly,
That's because you and G-Mart, like, because most of the time when Sam's streaming or just playing games, I've been behind him on that futon playing
she's
Splatoon.
like, can I play Splatoon in the background? And I'm like, sure, honey, like streaming.
I promise I'll be quiet.
And then all my chat here is like, fuck, shit. Come on, balls!
It's got a lot of really cool mechanics to it, and in the single player is actually really fun too, and employs a lot more stuff that you can't have in multiplayer. Really, I don't know. I think that it's really, really fun. I'm trying to figure out how to really articulate why it's fun.
I'll tell you why. Because you're a kid, TB.
But I thought you were a
kid. But you're a squid now.
You're also a squid.
Are you a squid or a kid?
You're both.
Really? At the same time?
Yeah. You just switch between.
Jesse just seems really depressed. Is it because you got Splatooned earlier? Based on the color of your shirt, it looks like you've been inked quite badly.
No, I think the online is awesome. I think the single player is boring as shit. But that's just me. And I couldn't even explain to you why I think it's boring. It was boring like 3 levels in. I was like, it's going through motions, and I'm not a fan. I think the competitive part and the fun stuff online is fantastic. I think that's where the game shines. But I thought the single-player stuff bored the crap out of me. I was like, oh my god.
The single-player stuff, I think, helped me, I don't know. I don't want to say hone my skills. But there were like some things that I feel like I was better at after doing single player. But oh man, have either of you done King of the Hill mode yet? Since that came out, it came out yesterday. It's their like ranked mode. Oh, it's so fun. It's literally I was really frustrated with how few stages there were with the launch, but it's kind of worked out because you had these stages that you got really comfortable with without ranked battle, and then they added in ranked battle, and the stages that you had those first days, they put into ranked, and then they added new stages to unranked. So I wound up going into ranked and being like, oh, I've been on this map before. Oh, but I need to like hold this one spot on that map. So super fun.
Kind of fucked the game up quite hard at launch. They left out a lot of really important features.
That sounds like Nintendo, right?
Yeah, they left out the ability to matchmake with your friends.
Lol.
So
okay,
you
I mean,
can't actually play with your friends. You can only join a lobby they're in, and then if you're lucky, you'll get randomly assigned to their team. So there's no way to actually just play with your friends.
Then I agree. I think that's stupid as hell. But I also like the idea that you can play with a friend and now we're enemies, and it's kind of fun for that one moment. It sucks that for what it is, it's fun, but it's
each match is only 3 minutes. So
I agree. I think the single player is quite boring. I think it's like you have to be one of those people that just enjoys playing those kind of single player games, and I'm just too tuned to multiplayer games now.
But there's sponges, and then there's fans, and they add cool stuff.
But there's no challenge.
Squirting. Yeah, there's zero. Like, I think there's no. I definitely think it's geared towards like children because there's very little challenge in single player. When your challenge is like, when your challenge is like fill this sponge with ink so you can jump across it. It's not necessarily a challenge. or like hit a balloon, but the balloon's way far out. So how are you going to do that? With degrees and angles and things. Like, all right, I get it. It's not that difficult. It's very procedural and sort of go through the motions, and the music after a while you're just like, oh my god, I'm gonna listen to something else. Like it's okay. I think multiplayer is where it shines, and I think that's where the game really is. And if you're gonna buy it for anything, buy it for that, because other than that, you'll be bored shitless unless you're a dodger.
You know,
Unless
I'd
you're a
love
dodger,
it
in
if
which
the
case,
music was just, you're a kid now, you're a squid now, looped forever.
Always, forever.
People have
Just-
done that. There's like
You just want
100
to
hour
rip
loops
your
on
hair
YouTube.
out.
There have been some tactics that if you hear me losing my shit in the background of any of Sam's streams, it's probably because people have been doing this tactic that makes me so angry. Where so there's like, when you get gear, the gear comes with certain abilities assigned to it, and as you continue to play with that gear, it can get better. The gear can get better. All of the money that you use to buy the gear is money that you make in battles. If you do ranked battles, you get more experience and more money than in the other battles, but either way, you get rewarded no matter what. And there's one ability type called Ninja, I think JP was saying. It's called Ninja, and when you move around, when you move around as a squid in the ink, people can't see you. Normally, when you're moving in the ink, you see like little splashes, and you can be like, oh shit, there's a person there, and like kill them. But if you have Ninja, nobody can see you. So it's people who wait until, if they have like a Kraken or a special ability like that, they'll just sit under the ink and wait for you to come around the corner, turn into a Kraken, and just dive bomb you. And you don't see it coming at all. It happened to me so many times in the same day. I was so angry. But they're cool
It's great.
little...
What she's saying
yeah,
is it's great.
Yeah, there are cool little things like that people are learning how to do. And it makes especially like ranked play really interesting, I think. But yeah, I don't know. I love that game. Every single night I've been coming home and playing that game for like a few hours. So
You're a squid now.
I'm a squid now, but I'm also a kid now.
I see.
I'm okay with it.
Kid with a squid. Squid
Yeah,
with a
Squid.
you into that? Yeah, honey?
Squid part.
Yeah, okay, cool.
It's like, it's just
Keep
take a
that
step
to
back.
yourselves. Thank you very much.
Good God.
He's a
So yes,
kid and a
Splatoon.
squid.
Apparently not too bad. There is one thing
it's
about Splatoon. Have any of you actually accessed the content that's behind an amiibo paywall yet?
Yes.
I haven't, but I know Gerard in the next room has. He was rocking all the amiibos playing it to get
I
his
sent
completionist
Gerard-
bonus.
I sent Gerard out to get me amiibos when he was getting his.
But we
So I
haven't...
could
Did you
access
take
it.
them out of the package?
Yeah.
You did?
You ruined the
Yeah.
resale value. No,
Ah,
we'll never sell those on
I just
eBay.
thought you
typical
hadn't yet.
bullshit with fucking amiibos. Seriously, that the artificially inflated value because Nintendo was too goddamn stupid to release enough of them is ridiculous.
I like that someone stole a bunch. I
I-
think that a truck was
Now,
robbed is the
I
best
paid
story of the week.
$30 for a schoolgirl outfit on my Squid Girl. TV.
Wow, that sounds like great value.
All right. And
Uh,
a samurai helmet when I want it.
Now, I mean that stuff is not really a big deal, but my understanding is there's a set of single-player challenges also locked behind the amiibo paywall.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah,
That is bullshit.
60 DLC missions.
60. They locked 60 missions behind a fucking amiibo paywall.
Don't worry,
that is ridiculous.
they're all still shit.
Well, it
They're
doesn't
all
matter.
boring as hell.
That's like
60 for each character as well. So if you get the guy and the girl,
What?
you have 120.
fuck me. That's ridiculous.
It's different stuff for depending on which gender you choose.
Yeah, because you get like missions to
Oh my
unlock.
God.
You get like missions related to
Special weapon
items.
things.
Yeah, special
Yeah.
weapons and stuff.
Holy shit.
Oh, yeah.
Right.
So they're encouraging you to buy the whole set basically to get all the
But
stuff.
missions makes it seem like it's one mission
Oh,
could
I
be
see what you're
36
saying.
seconds
no,
long.
I thought that you meant, oh my god, I thought that you were saying like if you play a boy squid in the game, you have a different single player
No,
than
the
if you play a girl
amiibos, the
squid.
amiibos.
Yeah, I get that now. I was like, that makes no sense. Why would that
Quad.
be? Because you
Well,
can
'cause
change
the girl
your gender
squid,
anytime.
there's certain things she can't do.
Right, because she's weak.
Like,
yeah,
she
because
can't-
she's weaker
emotion.
than the
open
boy
a-
squid.
She can't
Right,
open
obviously.
a jar of calamari.
Why is the squid?
Why would
eating
she do
food?
that?
It's
She's a squid
horrifying.
now.
Sorry, no.
She can't do it though.
She's been imprisoning her fellow squid. It's terrible.
Oh my gosh.
Unbelievable. It's
Oh my god.
I
It's the
got
story of Hannibal.
we got Mario Party 10 recently, and I played it with the family, and there's an entire game mode there called like Amiibo or whatever, which is an entire separate game mode that's locked behind an Amiibo paywall. It's getting actually ridiculous. There's been little things in previous games like Hyrule Warriors. There's like a weapon or a costume or whatever. Now it's getting to be game modes and single-player content and actually substantial shit locked behind this plastic paywall. It's got to be some of the most egregious, horrendous practice because all this stuff is already on the disc. It's Capcom level of bad.
Well, I mean, Nintendo's like, we're losing the race. What do we have? We have a brand that's stronger than theirs, so let's make money
We got
through other
toys.
means.
Yeah, when I bring this up to people, and I will say many times, and I've said this before on Twitter and everywhere else, I think Amiibos are the stupidest effing things in the world.
They are.
Every time I bring this up, I'm immediately told, I buy it for collector reasons. I like the way they look. I want to show them off, and anything else I get is great, which is fine, but what that means is eventually all the games will like just be filled with content that only caters to you. And that doesn't work for me. Like,
think about someone that isn't you for a change, and think, hang on a minute, this content that I'm getting access to because for some reason I'm spending all my money on plastic crap is actually being locked away from people that aren't. That's not a good thing. Not at all.
They're insane. Japanese people are insane. They're crazy.
Oh, no, that agreed. I've said that, Japanese.
They have so much counsel, though. They have so much constant counsel on how to just do it normally or right or better, and they're just like, we have a better idea.
Well, it works. I mean,
we're gonna send 4 Mario amiibos to this US GameStop, and 4,000 people can fight over them.
It's genius. They're they're smart as hell because the artificially inflated prices, everyone talking about it, they immediately selling out. That's how you sell stuff. They're geniuses.
I mean, they immediately sell out because there's only 2 in the shop.
Yeah, it's artificial scarcity.
The demand is so high that when they do show up, people fight. Like, if people fought over your product, you would be thrilled. If you were a company
how about
and you
you
made
just
something
stock twice as many and then sell twice as many?
If The Witcher 3 was like, oh, right, so we've spent so much time developing this game, but joke's on you guys, there's only 50 copies in the whole fucking world. Let's go. See you fight for it. Last 50 win.
I'm sorry, there's no excuse for, especially with mass-produced shit like that, for there to be scarcity. It's absolute nonsense. It's deliberate exploitation. And if it was just plastic shit, I wouldn't care as much. But it's not just plastic shit.
But you remember, this is what they did with the Wii, just the normal Wii. When it first came out, there was
and that was dumb
Wiis.
as well. They could have sold more on launch and had a bigger install base.
But what happened is it became so popular because no one could get a hold of one. People, every time they showed up, would buy them instantly. Oh, yeah.
I mean, but can you attribute its actual popularity to its scarcity or not?
No. What I can attribute it to, up until a certain point. Eventually, they had games people wanted, and they didn't make it scarce anymore. But when it first came out, when there were no games on it, and it was all like move sheep and that one awful like DreamWorks game or whatever that was, right? There were no games for it, and people bought
Zelda
it because
and Wii Sports. I mean, those were games.
And so I'm talking in the early stages.
That was launched.
People bought it because it wasn't available, and then when people had it, they never used it. Like, it was one of those things that fell to the wayside to Xbox and PlayStation.
I don't agree with it. I really don't. And I especially don't agree with locking on-disc content behind a plastic paywall. It's worse than DLC because at least with DLC, I know I can get it for a consistent price. With this, and this is becoming a problem because the new Fire Emblem also has this. Apparently, if you don't get certain Fire Emblem figurines, there are characters in the game that you can't get access to. And if they don't release enough of the damn things, that's like, pay a scalper $40 to get this piece of content. That's ridiculous.
Stupid.
Well, I mean, again, I think that they should have done what the initial process or like thought process was, which was you buy this little figure. If you like the figure, you can keep the figure. If you want to use the figure, you can use it. And you get like and Yoshi's woolly, whatever the hell it is.
Yoshi's woolly.
He looks like Mario, and he looks like this character. Like, I think that's more what it should be than also now Yoshi has 16 levels that he can get access to that are
Cosmetics.
Mario themed levels, or Yoshi can do, this Peach themed level, right? I think that's the shitty part.
Yeah.
Yeah. I
Yeah,
mean,
it's
we've said
bollocks.
that a million times before. Like, anything extra like that should always be cosmetic.
Yep.
Yeah,
And
absolutely. I don't care. I couldn't care less about the costume shit. That's fine. Do that as much as you like. As soon as you start looking real content behind the plastic paywall, then I'm not okay.
Yep. And I let me just again reiterate. I feel so bad for Gerard because in order to do completion of stuff for Nintendo games, he has to own every single amiibo
Oh
in
my
order to do
God.
every single thing. So every
Oh,
time
he
amiibos
loves
come
it,
out,
though.
he's at the store like fighting little kids, punching them in the face, taking it from their parents. It's crazy. It's crazy.
It's so good to have him as a friend.
He's-
Because I know he has to go. No matter what.
you did be like, hey, Gerard, can you give me one of those things? He's like, sure, gotcha. Dink.
Yeah, I was like, can you get me one? He was like, sure. Got me like the whole set. Just because it's in his nature. He's like, Sam would want this. I would want this. Sam would want this. Just gets me the whole set.
Eventually,
of, like,
he's going to
squid
ask you to put
children.
your life on the line for him, and you're not going to be
He's
allowed
like,
to say
You
no.
remember all those
Oh,
fucking amiibos
You
I
owe
got
him
for
a
you, Sam?
debt of
You
honor.
owe me.
It's gonna be like the last amiibo, and it's just like behind like armed guards, and he's like, I need your help. We have to get.
That'd be
the
great if
amiibo."
it was just called The Last Amiibo, and it was that
Yeah.
that black and white dude from the clock game
Oh my
in
God,
Smash,
yeah.
Mr. Whatever his name is, and it was the only one of him. There's one, and he's like, "We've got a heist planned, and I need a getaway, man." It's like you're in, Sam.
Yeah.
Take a
Yep.
bullet for him.
There's like one Smash Bros achievement that you can only get by placing this amiibo on your controller, and only
Yep.
like the CEO of Nintendo has it. That's it. No one else.
We
He's
have
got to break into his high security facility. Yep. Get the amiibo. Get out.
Sounds about right.
But here's the way it ends. At the end, everyone draws guns on each other because everyone wants it.
Yeah. There's only
Standoff.
one.
Betrayal.
Yeah, there's only one. Oh man, that's a good movie. I'd watch that.
Reservoir Dogs are right there.
Ocean's amiibo.
Absolutely.
Ocean's Amiibo. Yep.
Anything else you've been playing this week, Strip?
I mean, I play the usual. I play like Reign of Kings and stuff. Ark is just a better version of Reign of Kings now. I'm probably never going to play it again.
Okay.
So, I mean, yeah, that's pretty much.
Did
that's
you
pretty much
ever-
it this week.
Did you ever get a dinosaur to be your best friend?
No, the problem was that.
He's so sad.
this-
No.
No, you don't realize I spent. All right, there's 2 instances last night where it takes a long time to tame a dinosaur in Ark.
Understandably.
They've like they haven't made it's not an easy process, right? So you encounter a dinosaur that is unless it's like a really crappy herbivore, it's hostile. Even if it's like a triceratops, it's hostile. All right,
Crappy
hit it.
herbivores.
So the only way you can tame them is you have to knock them unconscious with blunt force trauma to the head. And the only way you can do this is with a slingshot with big rocks. And then while it's unconscious, you have to like basically like force feed it berries to become your friend. But it has an unconscious level that like is obviously it's waking up. It gets closer to waking up as it begins to be tamed. So you have to force feed it narc berries. They're called narc berries.
Okay.
To keep it more comatose and keep it like further knocked out so you can eventually tame it, which can take depending on the size of the dinosaur and the level it is, because there's obviously like a level up system in this game. It's really cool. There's like a lot of RPG elements. So as you level up, you can choose what recipes you want to learn. If you want to be like a builder or you want to like build weapons and stuff. But anyway, dinosaurs have levels too, and their stats increase. And if you have a pet that levels up, you can choose what stats you want to increase and stuff on it. So the higher they are, the longer they take. So these, like, just taming a Triceratops can take 2 hours. So this whole time,
Nope.
this Triceratops is asleep
out.
on a beach just because you knocked it out, and you're force feeding it like fucking red berries and then narc berries on the side to keep it comatose, whilst the predators for the Triceratops are like roaming around. And if they see your Triceratops unconscious, they'll just eat it. They'll just come over and eat it. So you're like keeping it unconscious and fed constantly whilst defending it from the apex predators, whilst defending it from other players, and then because it's like early access, the server goes down routinely every couple of hours.
Oh, that sounds like wonderful fun.
So there were
I'm
multiple
so sad that I'm
occasions
missing out
where
on it.
I'd invested like an hour and 45 minutes on this Triceratops, and I was like, soon you will be mine, precious. Like stroking it. You know, like in Jurassic Park where the Triceratops is sick and he like runs up to it and he's like stroking its face.
That's a big pile of shit. Yeah,
Yeah.
I'm aware.
Yeah. Also, all the dinosaurs spontaneously shit, and it makes a noise, and then a huge shit just drops. So there's like been loads of times where they just shit on you. But
Someone had to program that. Someone spent time and effort doing that.
also,
That was
you
somebody's
can
job.
pick up the shit, and if you're really, really hungry in game, you can eat the shit as an extreme.
Of course you can.
Yeah.
Of course
But
you can.
so there would be an hour and 45 minutes, and I'd be stroking it. I was like ready to name it, you know, thinking about the shit we're gonna do together. Me and this Triceratops. Server crashes. When the server comes back up, she's not unconscious anymore because obviously it's server reset. So the Triceratops just looks at me like, "You nearly had this ass," and then just walks away. Just gone.
You know,
Forever.
the whole thing sounds unbelievably creepy. I'm gonna be honest.
Well, I mean, it was creepy because I described it in a creepy way. But yeah, I mean,
We're just gonna
honestly.
discuss
Had
issues of
this
dinosaur
ass.
consent.
Yeah.
Ugh.
Sarah,
Aw,
no.
poor Dino.
You could have had this ass.
You could have had this ass.
Also, I did actually tame a Triceratops and accidentally had it set to aggressive. And my friend came over like, "Wow, you tamed a Triceratops!" And it just ripped his head off like instantly as well. And it's like a 50-kilometer map. It's a big map. So once your friend's dead, you ain't seeing him for a couple of hours tops. So yeah, he came over and he was like, "Wow, what's her name?" And she was just like, "Brrr!" And that's it. He was gone. Never saw him again. So you got to be careful.
All right.
Mm-hmm.
Well, I'll wait till that game finishes sometime in the year 2025, as most of the
Actually,
survival games will.
they've already scheduled it for a console release 2016. So they aim to be done by then.
Consoles is it coming out for? Xbox?
Yeah, new gen.
Yeah, it's coming out on PlayStation 4 because they put a trailer out for it.
So they actually have a time schedule, unlike any other early access game. That's like, we'll be done maybe in 10 years.
Yeah, it's like, we'll finish eventually, guys. Just give us your money, please.
Yeah.
Uh-huh.
I promise. We just need more dollars.
It comes out today. It's $25 one-off payment, no microtransactions. So.
All right then. Jesse, what you been up to?
You know, I mean, no, not much.
Are you eating canapes by any chance?
No, I mean,
Busy war?
aren't all canapes silly though?
Of course.
Yeah. Really, you're just putting bite-sized food in your mouth, and I'm not one who enjoys that. I don't know what the hell I'm talking about. Honestly, this week I honestly have just been playing like a lot of Heroes. 'Cause I'm a big nerd and enjoy that game a lot, and then have been moving stuff into the office. So I really, besides stuff from my own channel, I haven't played much other games. I just started to play. Oh, damn it. What's the name of that game? I left it at home, and now my brain's going to die. It's the 2 games in 1 for the 3DS. Mario.
Oh,
something.
the Puzzles and Dragons thing?
Yeah, Puzzles and Dragons and the Mario Puzzles and Dragons.
Yeah.
I kind of love the Mario one because you like make your Mario team, and each person has a different color, and those colors affect, like, they get points for each one of the different color things that you match 3 with. But you also can do more than match 3 because you have a timer, and so you can move your thing around, and as many matches as you can get within that time, you can get like mega triple extra score. So it's not very, like, there's not a lot to it. It's you're playing a match 3 and moving through an RPG style Mario world, and you are fighting different bosses and stuff. And it's simple fun. I've been playing that just for shits and giggles. Honestly, I haven't played too much this week. I wish I could say more.
You haven't played any Final Fantasy 14, have you, Jesse?
I haven't what now?
You haven't played any Final Fantasy 14?
I have not. I should have jumped on that, but my computer was in my car as I was trying to get it all moved in here. So now that it's here,
even Gerard's playing now.
Yeah, Gerard's up to level 20. He just.
I don't have time for that. That's a lot of effort.
Yeah, you do. Yeah, you do.
What are you talking about? That's why you're gonna play with us.
It sounds like work, though.
Just leans in.
Jesse. Jesse.
I
We
just
should
want that
send you
fat
to a press
chocobo.
event if you don't like work.
Yeah.
Just want that fat chocobo. I'm trying to think of like what else I did this week, and honestly, I didn't do jack. All I did was play a bunch of. I can't tell you what I saw. I saw a bunch of new things coming to Heroes, but I can't say anything. But it's really cool.
They just announced
And-
the Crusader for that.
Yes, I've seen what's coming after that. So after her is 2 more things that are amazing, and I can't say nothing, but I will simply say that I like where they're going with it. They have themes, so they're gonna have like theme chunks, which is cool. So we'll when that happens, you'll see, and you'll be like, wow, that's a thing. So yeah, I don't know. That's really sort of like my dick around fun game. I haven't done anything really.
The game came out officially yesterday, didn't it?
Today
Yeah.
actually
Today.
it came out,
Today.
but they had their launch
Got
last
hard.
night. Yeah.
I haven't played it in quite some time. Can you identify any real differences between the beta and the actual release version? Has there been anything that they've really changed?
Not really. I mean, as far as I can tell, they made a few changes, like a ton of changes to different characters. They made a few minor map changes here and there, and they made some graphical tweaks. The new NVIDIA driver was for the game. I will still say it's probably not the game's fault. It's probably an SLI problem. But this and many other games still have weird graphical glitches when I run my SLI graphics cards. Other than that, I mean, they've pretty much got it to the point where, at least from what I've been told, they're not resetting anything. So if you're in Hero League and whatever rank you have right now, nothing's being reset for a little bit until I think at the end of the month or something like that, because they don't want to have it where people who are really heavily skilled are going up against new people in the Hero League and all that stuff. So they're going to wait a month and then go back. But other than that, I mean, if you played in beta, what you played in open beta is pretty much what you're going to play now.
Right, fair enough. The pricing on the heroes is still fairly ridiculous, right?
Still super crazy.
Yeah.
What they did do was they increased the amount of gold you get.
Okay.
So gold is up a lot. And then if you buy into a stim pack, which is, 30 days, like $13, I think, maybe? I don't remember what
Right.
it is. Then you get like quadruple the gold. So eventually, like for example, in 2 weeks, I make about, and this is me playing maybe 2 hours a day. I make about 25,000 gold in 2 weeks, which is enough to buy 10,000 gold characters, which there's not very many of those, or a ton of like 4,000 gold characters, and not spend a cent.
And that's with the stim pack.
Yeah, that's with the stim pack.
Okay.
And so I think that's where they're gonna get their, this is how you get your gold quick. I think $13 is a whole lot cheaper than spending $9.99 a character, $12.99 for a special bundle. There's one that
I mean, the skins are ludicrously
4.
expensive as well in that game. They're just outlandishly ridiculous how much they cost. And this comes from someone that bought all the cards in Hearthstone. I find that far more reasonable. It's like, it's a collectible card game. Okay, boosters are going to cost quite a bit, but the actual cost of the heroes in that game is pretty high.
It is, yeah.
I will say the one
you
thing.
still would have spent less on heroes.
Well, yeah, because there's less to buy. Like, I bought all the heroes in Heroes, and I think it was 100 and... What was it? Because I went back when they did the reset and got all the bundles to get everything cheaper, so figured out the most optimal way to buy it, and probably about $160, $170 to get all of them, and that was through doing all of the bundles and things like that. So
Everybody needs to do that Smite thing.
yes, they really do. I would absolutely love to see that. Nosgoth did it, which is lovely. Smite's done it, obviously, as well.
I don't think I would definitely assume that Heroes will never do that.
No, because they don't need to.
Yeah, Blizzard will always have people who buy stuff. I'm one of them, no matter what. And it doesn't matter which particular game. Like TB's game was Hearthstone, and this is mine. And it's like, sure, I'll spend money on your products. And in Warcraft, people bought 50 mounts because they could, and they were like $25 a pop. And they're like, but I love this game and I love this mount. Bought. Like, all right, if you can justify it, sure. I think I don't particularly have a problem with the cost of stuff. I think if you don't want to buy it, don't buy it. If you think it's too much, don't buy it. The thing I do have a problem with, though, and this is to this day my biggest problem with the game, is the reconnect system is so jank. So if you're in a match and you get disconnected, not even your fault. Like if you leave, there should be some type of punishment. But if you just disconnect or there's some problem, what happens is when you load back into it, it connects, it like goes catching up to the game. And if the game's 15 minutes in, you have to wait as it counts down 15 minutes. And like it speeds up and stuff and slows down, but you're just staring at a screen.
That sounds like
nothing.
They've used.
It'll take like 5 minutes to get back into.
Basically, it seems to me like they've used the replay resume system from StarCraft. Bearing in mind it's the same engine, and they've made that the reconnect. That is fucking bad.
It's horrible.
That's not good at all.
Yeah, if I had any complaint, I love the game. And if I had any complaint, that's the one. I think it is the single worst thing in that game. Drives me crazy. Thankfully, I don't disconnect much. But the problem is, if you do have someone who does disconnect a lot, what happens is oh God, it drives me crazy. So the other day I'm playing with this guy, and he's playing our healer. And he disconnects, but he keeps trying to log back in, then immediately disconnects. So his character stands still.
Oh, God.
And does not move. So rather than be AI controlled, he doesn't do anything and just sits there. And it was like, what? And he logged back in. We're like, dude, just don't reconnect. He's like, I want to play. We're like, don't reconnect. We will lose if you reconnect. He's like, oh my, hold on, I'm being disconnected again. He's off. It starts to move a little bit, stops. And he comes back on. It's the worst. It's the worst. Like the reconnect system is so flawed.
It's not even like his fault. He just wanted to play.
He just wants to play, but it's like, if you keep trying to play, we will lose because
you love us,
you're killing
won't
us.
Play.
Yeah, if you love us, you won't come back. I feel bad, but like that's where it's at. So that's my biggest
I don't
issue
know
with
why
it.
you endure the solo queue. I really don't. Like, there's plenty. Pretty much every Dota style game that I play, the solo queue is garbage. I can't imagine why you would want to do it.
Oh
in
my
Heroes.
God,
it's got to be the worst in Heroes because it's so team orientated.
I would have said that a while ago. Like, in fact, I have many times, but I think now the more I play solo queue, the more, especially quick match, the more I'm like, whatever, I'm going to try something new and try some different stuff out. And I found a lot of really game-breaking builds that I love by doing that. I think at this point, if you go into solo queue expecting to have an awesome game because there's so many new people, you're crazy. Like, it's that point where there's so many new people who don't know what they're doing. If you're going into a quick match without being willing to be like, let me show you how it's done, then you're going to have a crazy time. If you go to the hero matchmaking stuff, that's probably where you should be. And that's, bring your friends or else you'll lose your mind.
Yeah, when I did Heroes of the Storm matchmaking, the game has a lot of balance issues in the sense that there's like a clear-cut 5 or 6 champions that are a clear arm and leg above the rest in terms of like how viable they are, how good they are.
Well, that's because
you kind of like the game is over at the character select screen when you play ranked solo queue in Heroes of the Storm.
Here's
like
the thing.
if they pick better than you, you lose. Like period. Because it's a team game as well. There's no individual skill like as impressionable.
I would go as far as to say I think there are 2 characters, and they probably have been nerfed since. Illidan and Sylvanas are probably the 2 most overpowered characters right now. At least that's what I think. I would say, though, that learning every character and learning all the different skills they can get is a way to break that. And I think that my dear teammate, Sohinki, figured out a lot. Like, he is very, very much into, like, metagaming and finding the best way to win. He was the first guy that I ever saw destroy his Murky. His Zagara build is game-breaking. Like, he can take your core by himself in, like, 20 seconds. Like, because he goes through and figures out, like, how to make everything work. And I think that's what people need to do instead of just, like, I saw this guy play as Illidan, and Illidan's way overpowered, so I'm going to play as them too. And what the matchmaking does is if you have a Murky, it'll match with the Murky, or try to. If you have a Nova, it'll try to match you with a Nova. If you do Abathur, so it tries to pick all the different characters and sort of match them against each other in quick match, which I think it's insane, but whatever. But in Hero League, you don't have to worry about that because you can only have one of each character in the thing. So you just have to learn to counter the characters. It'll take time. But eventually people will figure it out. I think there are only 2 characters that are way overpowered. Everyone else I think is pretty equal.
Really?
Yeah.
I don't know, man.
Well, he has
I don't know.
played
Dude,
a hell of a lot more than you, Strip. Let's be honest.
I can
Yeah, well,
I can tell you right now, I played with the devs and
I know.
and
I think
played as
we've played a
Murky.
similar amount of ranked play.
I played as Murky as a joke because I want to play as Murky, and the devs were like, "Here's what you're gonna do: and it was the Egyptian map with the towers, and they're like, go, you just take those towers, and I'm like, but they'll kill me instantly. Turns out not true at all. The towers don't even affect you really, and you just run around in a circle and drop your bubble and throw down things. And when the enemy tries to get you, you move out, and then they get in, and you go back in and harass them. Murky's over. Like everyone's like, Murky's the worst character. Murky single-handedly won that game. Like
Murky's great.
It's
The problem
crazy
is
what people
that
think.
there's one healer that is stronger than all the others, right? Like Rengar.
Oh, right now,
So
Brightwing's
the
buff.
situation is, TB, that if someone picks that healer, the other team is now at a disadvantage. And there's one tank that is stronger than all the other tanks. So if someone picks Stitches, the other team is at a disadvantage. So it's like one of those
Stitches
situations
is
where
a
like
trick
you
shot,
can
though.
win the game in the team pick because there's not enough variation yet in the game for like people to be like, all right, let's counter that with this.
But Stitches is a trick shot. And then he also, there's a bunch of abilities that he has. If I'm Arthas, I can get up in his face and freeze him and do all sorts of crazy shit to him. And if you're an assassin, you can mess with him. I think I will agree that right now, Brightwing is way overpowered. And I think has a bug where she, triple heals on accident. I'm not sure. But, yeah, I would agree. But it happens every patch. Some of them get nerfed and some of them get really overpowered. And you just have to sort of figure out what's what. Again, the Zagara build, it's clearly a bug. But
That was insane.
it's when you do a certain thing, and I'm not even going to say what it is because I want to keep doing it. When you do a certain thing, you break the game and you win instantly. And I'm just saying, it's pretty great. So there. I it's early. We'll see what happens down the line with the game when they add more characters. And no, Lily is more, she does more damage now. If you're playing Lily as a healer, you're doing it wrong. She's so good. She's so good. Also, Malfurion, damage dealing Malfurion, so good. Oh my God, I'm losing my voice.
Yes. Let's take a break. When we come back, talk a little bit more about the games we've been playing this week. You're watching the Co-Optional Podcast. Don't go anywhere. Video games are stupid, of course. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the Co-Optional Podcast, home of the unprofessional.
Yes, very true.
Dodger, speaking
Yes.
of unprofessional, what anime crap have you been playing this week?
I've mostly been playing Splatoon, if I'm being honest.
Okay.
But I played Cat Lateral Damage was released.
Is it any good?
It's fun for sure, and they improved on a lot of stuff that was really jankball in the demo.
Okay.
But I want there to be more to it. I want there to be more rooms, more stages, stuff like that. But really, they just kind of recycle the same places that you can go in and destroy stuff. There's two modes. One mode is where you're timed, and you have to see how many things you can knock over in the time limit. One of them is literally just see if you can knock over literally everything, which I kind of really enjoyed because there's like a power-up system. So there are specifically things that are associated with cats, like the litter box and the scratching post and stuff like that, and they sparkle. And if you scratch at them, then you get buffs, like you can jump higher or you're faster or things like that. So it like keeps the experience different, especially because there's also weird events that cycle. There's one event where there's just like a disco party that suddenly happens. Like it's really strange, but then there's stuff that's more cat adjacent, like a mouse is loose. It's like catch the mouse in the time limit, or there's a red dot, you gotta catch it, and it's like a laser pointer, stuff like that. So it's really cute. It's really fun, and you can unlock lots of different cats. They don't have different stats, they just look different. So if you want to unlock a cat that looks like your cat, you totally can, which was my goal, but it never happened. Depression.
Does definitely come across to me as a PewDieBait game, honestly. Like, it definitely seems like it was designed with YouTube in mind. Do you think I'm maybe going over the top with that?
I don't necessarily feel that way. I just feel like it's very simple. It's a very simple, like, you're just a cat knocking stuff off tables. You know, like,
because Pewdie's a dog person. That's where they went
Oh
wrong.
shit!
no.
If it had been a pug knocking shit over, it would have
That's
been.
not what pugs do, though. Pugs just snort a lot. Maybe pug snort simulator. Jesse, I'm just saying, cats are known for knocking shit off of tables. Pugs are not. What, Jesse? Give me your feels.
Nothing. I have nothing. I don't. I imagine Pug Snort Simulator is about 3 weeks away from release at this point. The minute you mentioned that, some guy was like, "Holy shit, she's right."
That's the
Well,
thing.
you're aware there's a
I gotta
pug
do
dating
that thing.
simulator, right?
Mhm.
Yes.
Yep.
I have yet to play it, but I do have that tab up.
Exciting. Truly thrilling. So you played nothing else?
Honestly,
With
I don't think
parts.
so. I mostly played Splatoon,
Fair enough.
so
I played some stuff.
Uh-huh.
Like,
go on.
like TB.
I started by playing Hatred. Ugh.
Oh, how was
Everyone
that?
says that was boring as shit.
It is.
Everyone was like, it was
It's dull.
just boring.
It really is. Like, I expected far more.
What? You mean it wasn't
Shocking.
worth all the hype and shock value?
Mm-hmm.
What? That surprises me so much.
Indeed, insanity,
More shocked
really, isn't
by
it?
that than by the
Perhaps
violence.
why you shouldn't listen to, fucking angry,
go on,
outrage-baiting game journalists about stuff that they haven't played yet. It is really just a dull twin-stick shooter. Like, it's got a nice physics engine. You can blow holes in walls. Buildings really get smashed to pieces, which is absolutely fantastic. But outside of that, it really is it's a unnecessarily edgy, cringe-worthy twin-stick shooter. And the ending, I watched the ending on YouTube because I couldn't be bothered to finish the game because it was just, the respawn system is awful. When you die, if you don't have a respawn token, which you gain from side objectives, you have to restart the whole level, which is awful. And the game can kill you very quickly. Like, if you even touch a car that's moving, you die instantly. So that's not fun. And you can also die quite a bit to grenades, and there's basically no way to dodge them because they detonate upon contact, so that's fun. But the ending, I'll put the spoiler warning up, because the ending is ridiculous. The ending is he supposedly forces an employee in a nuclear power plant to overload the reactors and blow up the nuclear power plant. And the whole scene is he starts off by saying, overload the power plant, in this typical sort of ridiculous thing. It's like, no, I'll never do that. And then he's like, I'll be mean to you until you do. And he starts kind of scratching his face with a knife. I was like, okay, I'll do it. It's like, what? Really? It took you that much? No. And more to the point, there's no way that one person could ever possibly overload an entire nuclear reactor. And it happens
Only one
anyway.
guy. It only takes one guy, man.
Only one guy, apparently, to overload an entire nuclear reactor. The antagonist, or whatever, gets gunned down by soldiers, but it's too late. The thing explodes, and that's the end of the game. It's like,
I'm
all right.
watching it now. It is
I'm
really
gonna
stupid.
kill you unless you kill yourself.
Exactly, I'm
and
gonna kill you unless I kill
millions
you.
of other people.
Yeah.
All right, that seems like a fair trade.
Yeah, there's... and this is the whole thing about that game. It's a whole ridiculous thing about that game is that it's just absolutely... completely off the wall and utterly unrealistic, and there's no way you can take it seriously. As soon as the guy opens his mouth, it's immediately a case of, yeah, this game's dumb. Like, there's the suspension of disbelief is immediately gone. It's just silly. I played a level where you go up and you see a political rally. It's like, I hate politics, but I hate the people that follow politicians even more. I'm gonna kill them. Basically, that's like the level of the dialogue.
Yes, good.
I love innocent blood. It smells so much sweeter. And oh yeah, someone pointed out, I'm just going to put the spoiler warning back on again, just in case you actually want to play this game. The password screen, there's a password to overload the reactor, and it's 666.
Yes.
I shit ye not.
Oh my god.
So ridiculous. It's dull. And again, it's sold on... And I'm not even gonna blame the devs. I mean, I think they played into the controversy, but they weren't the ones that really caused it. Because if everyone had just ignored the game and just said, all right, cool, another violent video game, whatever, these guys just trying to be edgy, this game would not have been number 1 on the Steam sales charts yesterday. But as a result of people freaking out over it, it was. So, well done.
Wow.
Good job. Did it.
Yeah, congratulations.
I liked the art style. I thought
yeah,
the art style
aesthetic's
was cool.
good. I mean, I'm sure they'll probably make a
Shame
much better
about
game next time.
Everything else.
Yeah, the Unreal 4 engine looks really promising. I gotta say, like, it's got great physics. The lighting effects are really cool. I love them. And there's some really nice fire effects and things like that going on with it. But outside of that, no. It's a fairly generic twin stick.
I think chat brings up a very excellent point. Why is there a password to overload a reactor?
Of course.
Why is that a thing?
And why is it only 3 digits?
Yeah, what? Why does it require like
Because that's
multiple
a thing that
keys?
you would need to, do at some point in the future, most likely.
Overload a reactor? Yes, of course.
Totally, yeah.
Yeah. Not the exact opposite, but in fact overload it.
Of course.
Yeah.
Yeah.
With a
So
password
those damn
that
commies
is
come.
perfect
We overload
for someone
reactors.
who wants to overload a reactor.
Absolutely ideal. Yeah.
I'm
And that'll
an
make
agent
it
of chaos.
666.
What password shall I try?
Of course.
Got it.
Got it.
Yeah, but
Yeah.
good for the dev team. They succeeded, and they have been propelled to success by the muling of supposed moral authority, and hopefully their next game will be better than this, because this one wasn't very good. That simple.
Hatred to the hatreding.
Yes, he comes back as a
With
zombie.
a female lead now. Oh shit! It's the
Oh.
girlfriend of the dude.
Oh,
They
shit.
put some
The mom of
achievements
the
in that game.
dude.
The
If you-
mom. Yes.
If you kill 200 women in that game, you get the misogynist achievement. If you kill 200 men, you get the feminist achievement. I shit ye not. They're literally just taking the piss.
Yeah.
Wow. Did you play any games
go.
that you actually enjoyed?
Yes, I did, and they weren't that one. I've been playing a CCG on iOS called Earthcore, which is an interesting twist on CCG. It's nothing like Magic the Gathering or Hearthstone or anything like that, and let's be honest, a lot of CCGs are, because they really just don't innovate that much. It's played on a 6-square board, whereby you put down elemental cards, and it's very rock, paper, scissors, so like fire beats earth, earth beats water, water beats fire, and you put a card down each turn, and once the board is full, everything resolves. But each card also has a skill, so like the vampire, for instance, if I use the vampire skill, I can change another card on my side into a vampire. And the vampire is a fire element. So if I put a card down, I'm like, shit, I'm going to lose this fight because he put the opposing element down. I suddenly change it into a vampire, and then suddenly I'm winning again. And each card has a risk value. And the risk value dictates how much damage you take if you lose the fight. So lower risk cards are generally less powerful, or some of them even have like bad things. Like the really low risk cards are kind of random. As soon as you draw them, they'll play themselves randomly onto the board. And the more powerful a card is, the more cool its ability is, the more risk the card actually has. So there's an interesting balance between playing cards with really powerful abilities, but also trying to minimize the amount of damage you take if you lose that column. And you probably will at least once, it's because you have to blindly put them down, and each person puts one down. You can kind of predict what the other guy's got, and there's some abilities that let you see and everything, but there's a good amount of strategy involved in it. It's pretty unique. It's got a single-player campaign, which is nice, and it lets you earn a lot of free cards by playing that. So it's a pretty neat game. It's on iOS only, I believe. I think it's coming to Android later, but it's called Earthcore. Yeah, and if you wish to play the game, and you wish to give me free gold, you can add me by my name on that, which is The Real TB. You can put me in as a referrer, and I get free stuff. You do as well. But yeah, I get loads of free stuff, so that's nice.
I love when like a YouTuber's handle gets taken and then they have to resort to like
The Real. It's
either,
just
like,
spiteful, isn't it?
either
It's like,
the real
fuck you,
TB,
faker.
or it'll be like official TB.
Yeah.
Or like just something like that. Every time.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's pretty good.
Okay.
It's worth a shot. Worth a shot. What else? I played You Must Build a Boat.
Any good?
Build a boat?
You Must Build a Boat. It's the sequel to 10 Million, which was that real-time Match 3 game where you ran through a dungeon and you progressively unlocked buildings in your castle. So what they did this time was you start off in a canoe and you must build a giant boat. And the way that you do that is by running dungeons for some reason. And you get, like, monsters come and live on your boat, and you can, like, enable them to get bonuses, and sometimes you can bring them into battle as a special ability. You get like a crafter on your boat who makes swords and all that shit, and your boat gets gradually bigger as you fight through more dungeons. But the gameplay is really, really similar to 10 million. And the problem with 10 million is that it's a real-time match 3 game with no penalty for not matching correctly. So often the best way to play through a dungeon is literally just to spam and scroll as quickly as you can to get random matches. Exactly the same thing happens here. And I found that to be more effective as opposed to trying to find the matches myself, because it's in real time, and the longer you wait, the further you go towards the edge of the screen. If you go off the screen, you lose the dungeon. So you just spam. It actually made my hand hurt a lot. I was just spamming like different directions just to randomly get matches. And that's what I think the missus beat the entire game of 10 million just doing that. And it seems like you can do the same thing and you must build a boat. I think the best way they could have done it is to penalize you in some way for not matching correctly so that you didn't do that. But as it stands, they don't penalize you at all. You can't lose that game. You literally can win that game just by playing enough of it. And it's the same with this one as well. So, yeah, it's a little fancier. They've put a few more extra features in it. But it honestly is just not... It's not very fun. At least in my opinion right now, because they just didn't fix that core problem from the last one. And it gives you fucking RSI.
I mean, at least you had fun doing it.
No, I didn't. Not really.
What'd you get? Carpal tunnel? You had fun doing it?
Yeah, that was great. I loved it. It's just spam. Yeah. I can see where they're going with it. It's got some nice little improvements here and there. You know, they put modifiers on the dungeons. Every time you go to a different stage of a dungeon, it rolls up a new modifier, which increases the risk level, but also the quality level of the dungeon, so you get better drops. But it's minor changes to the same formula as the last one, and it hasn't improved the one thing that I wanted them to improve, which is to stop that spamming. So I'm unconvinced so far by it. Not too keen. Played a bunch more Dirty Bomb as well. Ooh. That's actually, I think, in open beta today, if I recall correctly. Because it's been in closed beta up to this point, but I think it's either today or tomorrow they're bringing it out in open beta. That game's pretty fun, honestly. If you're looking for a game that is all about team-based objective FPS, then I think Dirty Bomb is not a bad looker. If you're a fan of, say, games like Enemy Territory, you remember the old Wolfenstein game? It's kind of like that. I mean, it's by the same developer. It's got a lot going for it. It's got decent shooter mechanics. It's got a good selection of levels. The way the business model works is kind of interesting. You have different characters, and they have different weapons and abilities each. And you get a rotation of them, and you can buy them for in-game gold, or you can unlock them for real money. And you can also get loadouts, which you get from cases, and these loadouts have different passive abilities and also different weapons. And the way that they do that is by making you open cases, which you either get as drops in the game, or you can buy them with in-game gold, and you can also buy elite cases. But the elite cases don't really give you too much of an advantage, because all of the tiers past silver are all cosmetic. So, like, if you get a Cobalt tier loadout, it just gives you, like, fancy-looking gear. It's otherwise the same kind of upgrade system. So, it seems reasonable. I think the business model's okay. The gunplay's pretty fun. The objective-focused stuff is great. I absolutely love FPS, which have multiple stage objectives. So, on some of the levels, I think I showed a level ages ago at PAX where you first have to bomb a train car. You open a gate. Along comes the train, smashes through the wall. You then have to blow up a blocker carriage, and then you have to take some bombs through to a different area on the level to finish the level out. And each level has multiple stage objectives, so you play either attack or defense. It's pretty fun.
Difficult to learn, impossible to master.
Yeah, some
I
silly
played
trailer.
It's really fun. It's good.
Yeah,
it's got a very CS:GO business
really,
model.
really stupid comment in chat. Looks like a bog standard FPS arena shooter. 1, it's not an arena shooter. That would be Quake. 2, it's not in any way bog standard because most FPS don't do the multiple stage objective thing. 3, it's got a completely different character class system, completely different gunplay, and so on and so forth. So whatever, you know. But as usual, people
you just completely deconstructed everything that you just said.
Well, because people are dumb. Like, I really don't like it when people watch 1 minute of gameplay and then they think they fucking know what the game is, having not even played it. Like, you want to do that, go work for Polygon.
Chivalry. That's more accurate. It is actually more like Chivalry than an
Well,
arena
yeah,
shoot.
yeah, because I mean the
everywhere.
objective based stuff is quite
Yeah.
similar to the way they did the objective mode in Chivalry.
Speaking of Chivalry, I did actually play a lot of Chivalry this week.
Why?
So it was a free weekend, and I wanted to get back into it. They added 7 new maps. They got some new character customization. They're doing this cool thing where people who produce cool weapons and armor on the workshop, they'll actually bring that stuff into the game. I think they get a percentage, but unconfirmed.
Fair
But
enough.
they do cite their name.
Unconfirmed percentage.
Yeah. Yeah,
Probably
no, they
25%. It's usually
got like loads of new maps on it where you come in on boats and stuff now, and there's new objectives and stuff. It was cool. It was fun.
Fair enough.
TB failed.
Yeah,
You
I
failed the
failed.
Polygon
I failed the
challenge.
Polygon challenge. Yeah.
Failed it so fast. I expected if it was gonna happen, it would be an hour 3. Man.
Nope. I just can't do it. Can't hold myself back.
Well, apparently you also did it just before the break.
Yeah, I didn't mention them by name though, so I got away with it. It was all right.
Yeah. It was just.
I like how
I just.
you consciously knew you'd done it, but you
Oh,
were
absolutely.
like, no one noticed.
Absolutely.
I was willing to let him get away with just, those guys, those dummies. But well,
Nope. I did not go back to Kingdom Hearts. I can't do it, Captain. It's no, absolutely not.
Oh, Kingdom Hearts.
Oh, I told Jesse on the break, but Infinite Crisis is shutting down.
That's going to be part of the news section, as it turns out, which we could probably just start now because there's plenty of news, and I think we've pretty much
I
covered
forgot there's like
every
a plan
game
for
we've
this
played.
podcast.
Yes.
so we
It's
have
almost
a
like
structure.
there's a format of
Sometimes.
some sort.
Strippin, we're
Not
like the
much fun.
Cylons. We have a plan. We don't know what it is. No one will
No.
know what it is. And when the show ends, you won't know what it is, but we have a plan.
But
And
it
so,
happened.
wait,
We
TB
maybe
has
did
a
it.
plan. Problem is, I
Sort of,
spend more
kind
time
of
with
ish.
you two than I do TB, and you guys don't have plans, so I come in.
I don't even know what's happening like tonight, let alone 3 hours from now. But when this podcast ends, I don't even know. I could be dead. We could be dead before this is over. I don't
True.
plan life. I live it.
That would be incredible, though. Like horrifying.
If we
but
all
it would
died?
be really incredible if
would be incredible.
if
That would suck.
somehow
Hello?
something killed all of us during this podcast.
How would that
I'm
be?
just saying it would be.
No,
it would
no,
be
God, it'd be a
incredible.
ghost.
I
It
I
would be
beg to
demon
differ. I
ghost.
think that would be
Yeah.
a bad thing.
I don't-
Demon
can-
ghost.
Incredible. I think something can be incredible and bad.
No.
It'd be the Krendor's demon
True.
ghost. Like, which one of you killed me and put me back on the podcast? He kills us
No.
all. I could be
It
Blender guy.
resides within an IKEA shelf. It's its special place.
It would be like that really terrible movie that only takes place in
Yes.
Skype where they will die.
Yes.
Hey, that was fine. I watched that movie. It
TV
was all right.
likes that movie.
That was all right. That movie was okay.
It's
Interesting
definitely
concept.
not a. Yeah, it's.
I don't
interesting is the right
understand
word.
why they didn't just shut the laptop.
Because if they did that,
I never
she was
got
going to
it.
kill them. That was the point.
Oh,
Yeah.
she's killing everyone. I have to keep watching.
Well, no,
Oh,
because she
I'm
literally
fine.
said, "Any of you disconnect from this call, you die." So that's why they stayed on it. There was a good reason for it.
And they proved it because at one point some guy's like, "F this."
Yeah. And then the
I'm
next
outta
scene, he's got
here.
his hand in a blender. Yeah, it was great.
Yeah.
Yeah, but I mean, he still
blending
stayed
himself.
on. He stayed on Skype. That's my point.
No, he was
Well, no, he
brought
didn't.
back.
That was the point.
She had magical powers. She's a demon and brings him
Yeah,
back.
she's a ghost.
Yeah. You can't
Okay.
run. She's sending faxes and stuff. Look, it's a really stupid movie, but it's very entertaining. It's an
Also-
entertainingly
Yeah.
stupid movie.
That's not a spoiler. That was actually in the fucking trailer. So,
Yeah, it's in
you
the-
know.
yeah,
Admittedly,
they
that
show
could
it
count
in
as
the
a spoiler
trailer.
because I don't even watch movie trailers these days because I don't trust them not to give away the entire fucking plot.
Literally the whole movie. Yeah.
Yeah.
Shout out to Mad Max. Everything in the trailer was from the first 15 minutes.
Yeah.
Shout out to that movie
I
for being
fucking
amazing.
love that because
Totally.
I hate trailer movies so hard.
Mhm.
When
we
I
watched
saw
one
everything in
the
the
other night.
trailer-
Oh, what was the one we watched, Dodger?
Seventh Son.
Oh my
That
god!
movie
that
was
thing.
fucking terrible.
I was like,
that
hey,
was an awful movie.
The trailer looks amazing. Let's watch it. And every cool part of that film was in the
It
trailer.
was so bad. It was like alarmingly
It was-
bad. That movie.
You know
Oh
what the
my
best
God.
part about that movie is? The best actor in it is not even in the movie. Like, I don't want to spoil anything. You know what I'm talking about. The best
Yeah.
actor in the movie isn't in the movie.
Yeah. Jesus.
I watched Noah. That was a mistake. Oh dear.
Oh, bet that was good.
That movie makes no fucking sense. It's like,
No
hey, you
fucking
remember in the
sense.
Bible where there were rock giants? and they fought with humanity. Yeah, I remember that bit.
That's my favorite part.
Just everything that the Noah character does makes no fucking logical sense, and it's all incredibly dumb. Like, he makes a lot of assumptions which result in a lot of bad things happening that could have very easily been avoided. That was a very silly move. Don't get me started on, we have this magical fucking mist that makes all the animals sleep for like 5 fucking months. Really, you do? How did you get
And
that
they don't
exactly?
die? Question mark?
Yeah, they don't die. Yeah.
Is that to
All
stop
right.
them eating each other?
Well, yes, it's stop them eating each other. So they literally anesthetize all of the animals in the giant ark with this fucking incense burner,
It
basically,
explains
they
it.
shake around.
It explains everything.
Yeah, of course
you just
it
have
does.
to believe.
Uh-huh.
You just have to have faith. By the way, if you want to see a movie that is amazing and will keep you on the edge of your seat and you will be so stressed out after it's over, go watch Whiplash. Holy
I've been
shit.
told that's really, really good.
That's a really good movie, yeah.
That movie is so good. By the end of it, you're just like, what is happening? Oh, yeah, it's crazy. It's like a crazy intense movie. And you will have Dodger and I had a conversation about it. You will have a feeling at the end of that movie that you'll be like, I don't know if I like what happened or not. Like, you will emotionally feel something. I was like, that's a fantastic film.
It's a really
Go
good
watch
movie.
that.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Okay, let's move on then. So,
Anyway.
yes, move away from
Back
the
to
movies.
games.
All right, we'll start with Infinite Crisis. So, Infinite Crisis is, of course, a Dota-style game made by Turbine. And it's closing down. It only just came out of beta, and it's going to close on August the 14th, meaning that it had been out for a grand total of 4 months. And the post about this was tiny. Like, it was written on the website by Anonymous. Like, they didn't even want to put a name to it. After much deliberation, we regret to announce the official shutdown of Infinite Crisis. We will end development efforts today, like right now, and we'll close the service on August the 14th. Between now and August the 14th, the game will remain available to play completely free. If you have any questions, contact customer service. And Steam customer support will refund any customer who purchased either the starter pack or the elite pack. But I guess they're not going to refund anybody that just bought characters in game. This was an extremely difficult decision to make. On behalf of the entire Infinite Crisis team, we thank you for your feedback, support, and joining together create one of the best communities in gaming. Bye. That's basically it.
Didn't they just release new character models and stuff too? Like
Yes,
last week?
Yeah.
It's just standard. We can't compete with the business model. We're hemorrhaging money, so we're going to cut our losses. Yeah,
exactly. This game was announced on March the 25th, 2013. It went into beta, I think, last year. It came out very, very, a couple of months ago, I think. And apparently now it's shutting down. So that's a disaster. There's no doubt about that. You know, they don't get me started on, of course, Dawngate, because that just makes me sad. We all love Dawngate. That closed down in beta, which was probably even worse than this. This game came out and then immediately died. Oh man.
Yeah. I think the difference as well is that EA shut down Dawngate.
Yes.
Whereas these guys probably just
Well, I don't know if Warner Brothers shut them down. Did they self-publish?
I think
No way.
No,
This had to be a Warner
it
Brothers
was
game.
published by Warner Brothers Interactive. So, in
Yeah.
other words, Warner Brothers
damn.
shut this thing down.
Yeah.
Man, that's
I-
rough.
Might be the same situation then.
I don't.
Yeah.
Just companies trying to get on the MOBA bandwagon and then realizing it's too late and then just pulling the plug.
Well, the problem with Infinite Crisis is the game was almost identical to League of Legends, except it had DC heroes in it. They made no effort whatsoever to innovate in that game. There was barely any difference.
Yep.
Damn.
That sucks. I was upset. I'm not really so upset by seeing this go down because, again, it was very similar. But, seeing Dawngate go when it innovated so much sucked a lot. But it seems to me...
The Dawngate guys actually went over to Riot.
Yeah, it doesn't surprise me. Might as well. At least that game's not going to go down anytime soon. It's bollocks, though. I think that if you're trying to enter the genre and you're not trying to innovate in a very severe way, you're just doomed to fail. We talked a lot about Sins of a Dark Age, but if I head over to Steam charts right now, and this is going to be sad, I can guarantee it, because we played that game and we had a decent fun time with it. It currently has 153 players. That's terrible. Now, it basically peaked when we did our coverage of it. We got it to 1,228, I think, when we did our stream of it, and then it just gradually dropped off again, and there's barely anybody playing it now. That game's not going to survive. It's that simple.
Do you think
What do you think the reason is for that with MOBAs? Because we've talked about this same sort of a thing with MMOs, and the reason that we come up with the most often is, well, they have so many hours put into this game. Like, there's been so much development that's happened, and they don't want to leave. Yeah, but with a MOBA, like, but with a MOBA, you're not like contributing to a character that's like associated with you.
But you are contributing to a skill set, I would say, and so you're learning to play that MOBA. And by leaving it, you then have to learn to play another one. You start at the bottom, and people hate that.
Well, I think that's why they make them so similar to each other, because they want people to be immediately familiar. But that's really not the reason.
Accessible, yeah.
It's down to the fact that almost all of these games use persistent accounts, whereby you are unlocking characters and you're paying money for things. So as a result, you never want to leave it because of the sunk cost fallacy. As you're saying to yourself, I've already sunk time and money into this game, so it would be a terrible idea to leave it.
It'd be a waste.
Yeah, it would be a waste. Exactly. Sunk cost fallacy.
Also, it's like I only have time to learn one MOBA, and I'm
because it takes a long time to get good.
Proven business model that has money put into it, that is successful, that is never going to leave. Like, people just take the safe option. At the end
Plus,
of the day.
it has to do with friends and who's playing, and just like in MMOs and things like that, you don't want to leave those if all your friends are playing it. And you have more fun if all your friends are playing it. So the community also matters as well. And so if there's not a community, then why go to a new one?
I played Heroes of Newer for 4 years just because all of my friends played it. Yeah. We all played it, didn't care about League of Legends. We just loved it. And then eventually it just vanished and we moved on. But it was because we only stayed because we were all buddies, you know?
That's the same with WoW, isn't it? A lot of people still play WoW because they're friends with their guild and they want to, they keep each other playing very much. But I definitely think there's the way that all the character development works in these games, the way that persistent accounts work, I mean that you are far less likely to leave a game that you've invested time and money into. I feel very sorry for the people that invested money into Infinite Crisis because all that shit is now gone.
Yeah.
I don't know. Did Dawngate offer any refunds? I can't remember.
Dawngate gave full refunds.
Yeah. Whereas this game, they're giving refunds if you bought the starter packs, but they're not giving refunds for people that just bought the regular stuff in game by the sounds of it. So it looks like you're shit out of luck in that respect. That sucks. That's really bad. There's not a lot you can do about it, really. Oh, well.
Oh, well.
R.I.P. motherfuckers.
Indeed.
Yeah, rip.
Speaking of refunds, probably the best news of today is that Steam has pulled what I would consider a 180 on its lackluster refund policy. Prior to this, getting a refund on Steam was very difficult. Usually you get one, and then after that, it's like, nope, we're not giving you anything. However, the Steam refunds policy has now been updated. You can now apply automatically for a refund for any game within 14 days of purchase or within 2 hours of playtime. So as soon as you start playing the game, if you play for more than 2 hours, you're not eligible for a refund anymore. And there's obvious reasons for that. But if you play a game and say it doesn't work, you can get it refunded. This also applies to some in-game purchases and DLC. DLC that's purchased on the Steam store is refundable again within 14 days. And if the underlying title has been played for less than 2 hours since the DLC was purchased. So you can play the game. If you then buy the DLC and it ends up being a piece of shit, you can get a refund on it. But Steam will be unable to give refunds for some third-party DLC. For example, if the DLC irreversibly levels up a game character, the exceptions will be clearly marked as non-refundable. You can also get refunds on pre-purchase titles anytime prior to the release and also with the standard 14-day and 2-hour refund period. And you can get refunds on certain in-game purchases. I think all the Valve stuff, so anything like Dota, you can get it there within 48 hours of purchase, as long as the item has not been consumed or transferred. And third-party devs will have the option to enable refunds for in-game items. And from what I've been told, this entire process is automatic. So there's no going through customer service. You just apply for the refund and the system calculates whether or not you should get it. There's also, of course, a rule on abuse. If you abuse the system, they reserve the right to ban you from it. And here's the really interesting thing.
I was going to ask about this.
Yeah. The really interesting thing is they don't consider refunding titles that were purchased just prior to a sale to be abuse. So if you bought a game and it immediately goes on sale the day after, you can get it refunded and then rebuy the game at the better price. Huh. generous, I think, actually. That's incredibly surprising, actually. Really shocking.
And I assume if you bought a game in a sale and then asked for a refund when it was off sale, you would get money back from the sale cost.
Yes, you'd get the sale price. That would be silly if not.
Yeah, that would be a really silly way to game the system then.
Yeah.
Is it actually bank refunds, or is it?
You can get a bank refund. It goes into your Steam wallet initially, but if you bought through certain kinds of things, I think if you bought it through Visa, MasterCard, PayPal, and a few other things, you can get the actual money back. So it's not just store credit.
Because previously their whole policy was just Steam wallet, wasn't it? So.
Yeah. Now, some people are speculating as to why this is, because it's very similar to the European rules on internet purchases. And it's even similar to the UK ones as well, where I think it's called the distance selling regulations, whereby you have to give a refund, no questions asked, within a certain period. And we all know that Valve was being taken to court in the EU over this. So it seems like, to me, that Valve have been forced to do this. I mean, it's incredibly generous, if not. And don't get me wrong, I think it's a wonderful change. It's absolutely phenomenal. And I think in the long term, it's going to be good for them, because it instills consumer confidence. And happy consumers buy more shit. It's that simple.
Yeah. EU's got good consumer protection laws.
It does.
Really good.
To the people asking, how on earth could you abuse this? Well, I mean, you could ask for a refund on every single game you buy.
Yeah.
That'll definitely count as abuse.
Yeah, play a game for 1 hour, 59 minutes, and then refund everything. And
59 minutes, 59 seconds.
You can use it as a free demo, really. I imagine that if you keep doing it, then you're gonna get fucked. I mean, I don't think there's any doubt about that. I imagine if you ask for a refund, then buy the same game and then ask to refund it again, because if you keep the save file and then try to keep, I'm gonna start where I left off.
Oh, that's douchey.
Like
I
renting.
imagine, I imagine that they won't let you do that.
You could be a YouTuber doing game reviews. You can just review the first hour and a half of every game, then refund the game, then make money
I
from
would
the
imagine
video.
some people will try that.
For sure.
Yeah, but
All right,
I really do.
Cite me as your genius.
I thought of
mastermind,
this.
Overlord.
When you get
Yeah.
sued.
The 30-minute munch. Tune in next time as we play 30 minutes of a game.
Welcome
That always-
to Refund Reviews.
Plenty of people do that. I mean, I started doing that a long time ago, but then I started playing more of the game later on. But when I first started doing WTF Is, it was literally from the start of the game. So there's actually plenty of people that do that format. It's abusable when games are short. Like if a game is 2 hours or less, you could play the game through, and then to be fair though, if you're making a game that's 2 hours long and has no replayability, then that's kind of your own fault.
I mean,
I can think of a few games that I would have liked to have refunded their 2
Silent
hours.
Hill PT demo, right? You could
Well, that
literally
was a
refund
free
it.
demo.
Or
but-
you could keep that forever and appreciate the fact that no one else will have it.
No one else
That's
will
true.
ever have it.
It's
Yeah.
become
What's
Flappy
that,
Bird again.
What was that Metal Gear Solid side game they did that was
Ground
before
Zeroes?
Yeah.
Well, the argument with that is it had tons of replayability. Like, it gives you a bunch of different quests. You could replay the same thing multiple times with different objectives. So that's an
it
argument
was
there.
so short that you might actually be able to finish it.
Yeah, you can finish that game in 2 hours. I finished Ground Zeroes in about 45 minutes, I think, actually. If you know exactly what you're going to do, you can blitz the whole level and get out very quickly. But then they give you, like, a set of different objectives in the next playthrough, which aren't as easy. So it depends whether or not you want to replay the same area over and over again. But it's good. I mean, it's incredibly good. Does anyone, like, have a complaint about this? I don't see why you would. No.
No.
Metal
good.
Gear.
Great. It's a good change.
Yeah, it's a great change. That's fun.
There's been a few times in my
Surprising.
life I've wanted to refund something that I bought on Steam, so
Oh, certainly, yeah.
mistakes were made.
Yeah, I'm just surprised. Just up to this point, we've kind of accepted the fact that Valve's the supreme overlord and they own most of the market, and if they want to fuck you, they're going to fuck you. But as
It's
it
really
stands,
weird because they did this whole Steam Workshop change.
that was terrible.
That was terrible,
Everyone hated
and then I did it, and then completely swung to the other side of the pendulum, and then did this. So
Yeah, it's still funny to me though that they were like, we're just gonna make it all automated, which is fine, but they've been harped on so much for having bad customer service, and at this point they're just like, look, we don't
trust our customer service people to actually do their job. So we're just going to make a robot do it. I'm like, okay.
That's more the point that they just don't want to hire enough people to deal with it. Because, I mean, there's so many users. There's going to be so many refunds to process. They already can't keep up with the demand.
Yeah.
Whatever.
Praise Gaben.
Great. No complaints, really. I think that the 2 hours thing is fairly generous, honestly. It's reasonable. It gives you enough time to figure out whether or not the game will work. I mean, it's so important on PC. It's, I got Massive Chalice, and I was going to play that. The game lags for no reason. Like, it freezes up constantly, and I don't know why.
What game is that?
It's the new Double Fine game.
Oh.
It's a game that looks like it's that Chalice illusion. That's all I literally know. Is the
Wait,
thing
the
where it's like, is it
faces
Chalice?
oh, okay.
But
All
it's,
right.
and that's the image that's the image that's on the page.
It's
I have
got an
no idea
interesting
what the
enough
game
art
is.
style. I mean, it's quite similar to Endless Legend in that respect. It seems like an okay game. The problem is that I can't run it. And it's the only game that does this. I load it up, the game gradually slows down, and then the audio starts stuttering, and the mouse gets laggier and laggier, and it keeps doing this. And I don't know why. I can't figure it out. There's nothing on the forum about it. There were 2 people on Twitter that said they had the same problem, but it seems like a ridiculously rare problem. And there doesn't seem to be a fix for it. So, I mean, that's a situation where I, as a consumer, would probably want to get a refund. Because the game just doesn't work. And we don't know why. Yes.
Especially with like so many early access titles that just come out on a regular basis, you know, as well. You drop your money and then you realize that you're not happy with the finished product or the unfinished product.
Yeah.
You know?
I should try and get a refund on Massive Chalice right now, see what happens.
You should.
I actually don't know how you do it. Do you have to contact service for it?
I got Steam open right now. Hold up.
Where's that page? I just want to know what the process is
seemed-
for it.
Well, you can't reach it just from right-clicking the game. Found that out.
All right. Yeah, I tried that. It's like, I wish. Never mind.
I have this bad habit where even if a game's shit, if I don't like the game and it's shit, I'll just get up and I'll walk away. And typically leave it on for hours in the background.
Okay.
So I don't think I'm eligible on any game for this refund.
No, absolutely not, because you'll have clocked up far, far too much. I'm just entering my special code right now, because you have to log into the site and you have to go through the help section in order to do it. So I'm going to do it right now and see like if I can get the refund in the time it takes for this podcast to go through. So let's see, help Steam powered. I need help with Massive
Steam
Chalice.
support.
Gameplay or technical issue. I'm just trying to find out where exactly you go to get the request a refund. Okay. Playtime 5 minutes. I'd like to request a refund. Checking eligibility. Refund to Steam Wallet or refund to Visa card, basically. Reason I'm having gameplay or technical issues. Game lags at random, unplayable. Okay, submit request. Your refund request is now pending. We'll respond to you at your email address. Okay. Well, your refund request has been received, is what I've just got now. So they said we're reviewing it and we'll get back to you as soon as possible. So we'll see if that comes through before the end of the show. That'll be an interesting little test. But yeah, I mean, it's not too difficult. You just have to go to help.steam.com or whatever. And then you just like find the it's not working and then click the request a refund, which is the kind of right-hand side of the screen.
Oh, it's a strategy game. I
Yes.
was looking at this for so long being like, I don't know, I don't understand what this is.
The whole idea is that you're supposed to breed bloodlines of heroes, and then like the hero dies, and then the next generation comes along, and you're supposed to like breed in heroic traits, and
Oh,
they
I saw
inherit
Jesse play
heirlooms
that
and
on
stuff.
stream.
Yeah.
It seems neat. I mean, it's got apparently XCOM style combat. I wanted to try it, but it's not working. It's that simple, and there's nothing on the forums to tell me why. I guess I'll email Double Fine support and see if they know. But one way or the other, I mean, if they can fix it, I'll just rebuy it. That's fine. But because for some reason they never sent me code for that. They sent me code for every other game. I'm not sure why I didn't get it for that, but whatever. Yeah, we'll see.
I can think of one reason now.
What? Because I just refunded the game live on stream for the 16,000 people? 17,000.
Yeah.
Someone in chat posed a question. They said, "What if you play the game in offline mode?"
It still counts. Still counts your
Yeah, it still
time.
would register.
Still count when
when
it syncs.
Yeah, it logs it. And
Yeah.
what's interesting is like people. Someone
Rex,
asked a question in chat, which is interesting. Does that make you reconsider your stance on pre-orders in the slightest? The thing is, you could already refund pre-orders prior to release. The difference now being you can refund a pre-order if you don't play the game. You can refund the pre-order up to 14 days after the game came out. So you could pre-order it, wait for the reviews. If the reviews are shit, you can then refund it. And if it's not shit, you can claim it and still have whatever shitty pre-order bonus you got. Or you can play it for 2 hours, see if it actually works, and if it runs like arse, then you can refund it. I don't think it makes me change my stance, but it definitely makes it safer. I still think pre-orders are incredibly stupid, but it's a lot safer to do
taking advantage of people.
Yeah.
Basically.
Certainly. I mean, I don't see a problem with that. I think it definitely makes pre-ordering less risky. I still think that pre-order culture is ridiculous, and I don't think we should be encouraging it.
Speaking of which, I really need to pre-order the Final Fantasy expansion.
To be fair, if you know for a fact you're going to play that damn thing because it's an expansion to a game that you're playing in like as an MMO, then why wouldn't you, I guess? Don't you get early access if you pre-ordered that as well? Like there's a head start. That's insidiously evil. It really is. It's a good way to sell millions of copies of an expansion for your MMO by saying, you get a head start on everybody else. I'm like, well, shit, I've got to do it now then, haven't I?
It's a very common thing for, like, that kind of genre as well. It's just like, you want to play a couple days for everyone else? Just buy it early.
Yeah. I wonder can you refund early access games? I mean, I guess you can. I don't think there's anything on the page that says that you can't. That could be a right pain in the ass for those who are trying to sell early access. That's good. If it makes people release stuff on early access that isn't a steaming pile of dog shit, then that's good. That sounds good to me. Yep, not a single mention of early access.
Watching a streamer play a game, they're like, this looks like fun, and it's really not fun.
Yes.
And then they're like, oh, okay. It was more fun just watching.
All right, then. You can't refund a gift purchase. No. Once you've gifted it, you can't do shit with it. That's against the rules.
Sense.
I mean, if you want to check out the policy, head to store.steampower.com/steam underscore refunds. That's
The
what.
understore?
Welcome to
Welcome to the understore. We have many things here. Trinkets and artifacts and ghouls and ghosts aplenty for wonderful prices. Only a portion of your soul here at the understore.
I serve rat burgers at the understore.
Gluten-free.
Bad rats at the understore.
Oh no! Some bad rats got into our understore. We'll sell them as delicious gluten-free
It's on
superfood
sale
products. Just put a slice of kale, a piece of kale on top of the rat burger, and everything will be wonderful.
No refunds, though.
No.
That face. Holy shit.
Jesse does a good troll, I gotta admit.
Yeah.
Please stop that. It's really disturbing.
Sorry.
Are you cross-eyed?
Lovely.
Me?
Yeah. I thought you went cross-eyed for a
No,
brief moment. When you
no,
went full character.
my whole body hurts from doing that, but I feel, other than that, no, not cross-eyed.
Oh my goodness.
Oh my. Okay, so there was that.
Are we gonna touch on Fallout?
Well, there's not much to touch on, really, is there? We know that they're going to announce stuff tomorrow, basically. That's all we know. We know Fallout 4 is coming. We know it's getting announced tomorrow.
They did a stream earlier, right? Or was it literally just nothing?
Nothing. There's nothing. It's the only thing is that Eurogamer's reporting that it's definitely going to be Fallout 4. I think it makes sense. I mean, the thing that they put out there is like, please stand by, which is the message from like Fallout 1 and 2 and 3, I think.
Yeah. I mean, we already knew it was going to be at E3. Really.
Yeah, it was going to happen. I think we all knew about it. There's really not much to discuss because we don't know anything about it.
Except that everyone is
I remember
excited.
them saying it's not going to be multiplayer.
Fine by me. I don't care.
That's all I got.
Not a big deal. But
All I know is that Bethesda confirmed both Doom and Fallout. That's all we know.
well, yeah, I mean, we knew Doom 4 was going to be at E3. That was already known.
So that's
Did we know that?
that's 2.
Mhm.
Yeah, they showed a clip. They showed like
Yeah.
a 10-second clip.
Oh.
They were like, "Hey, guess what, Doom? Here." And it was just
God,
like
it would
one
be
quick
so
hit.
fucking funny if the announcement tomorrow was Fallout 3 HD for the PlayStation 4 and
Holy
Xbox
shit,
One.
would that be
The internet
funny.
would
Oh.
fucking
Oh my
burn them to
God,
the
That'd be
ground.
hilarious. Oh my god,
Please.
please.
I would laugh.
Wait.
I mean,
oh my God. Wait. They announce Fallout 3 HD at the beginning of the conference. Everybody's like,
oh.
and then at the very end.
I don't know if it
Fallout 4.
survived
Like,
till the end of the presentation. The audience would rush the stage at that point.
oh my
Fallout
God,
3 Mobile.
I would
yes.
gaggle.
Fallout 3
gaggle.
Mobile would be
God.
lovely.
For
Just like,
iPad.
Yes.
oh yeah, it's a Clash of Clans clone. Only you run Megaton and you fight against other Megatons with a. Oh god,
There we go.
that would be perfect. Absolutely perfect. And Doom 4 is like a endless runner. It's just you swipe in different directions to dodge the imp's fireballs, and then you tap the screen to attack.
No.
You can
Your
buy
face just
BFG
gets gradually
tokens.
more bloody. But they change it so you just get gradually more sweaty.
Oh my god. Perfect.
Someone said I think it was yesterday. Someone said like, what would you want in Fallout 4? Florida is what I would want. I would want Fallout 4 Florida.
A proper
Like,
ending is what I would want from Fallout 4 because Fallout 3's ending was terrible.
Shots
I want
fired.
Fallout 4, Fallout Florida, and it's just crazy. You don't know. And here's the twist ending. Here's the ending, TB. It's modern day. It isn't the apocalypse. It's
Ooh,
Florida
scary
right now.
skeleton. I like Fallout London. I think that would work pretty well.
Fallout London would be fun.
Or
Fallout
Fallout
London.
Tokyo or something like that.
What was that? Oh God, what was that like MMO that took place in the London Underground?
Hellgate
that was
London?
Really, it was so bad. Yeah.
Hellgate?
Yeah.
Yeah,
Jeez.
that had so much potential. I was
I
on the
know,
hype train for
it did.
Hellgate. Oh, it was And the other sad thing is, with some improvements, that would have been a hell of a lot of a better game. Because it was a great idea at the time. I mean, it came out before Borderlands. It was like, hey, it's a shooter-looter. It's a first-person looter. And there's demons, and you play these, like, Templar characters and shit. It's like, wow! Sounds amazing. And then it ended up
All
being
those
colossal.
words are in my interests.
Yes!
Let's
It's
do
like,
it.
it sounds great. And it ended up being a colossal pile of arse. Oh.
Fallout Australia, which is Mad Max.
That's
Fallout.
That's just Australia. Come on.
Fallout Portland.
So basically,
You go into the ruins of a lesbian bookstore and just start
Yeah.
looting it.
Yep.
You
Really
loot
good. You find
irradiated
such
kale.
good coffee beans.
Eat for 5 HP.
Good microbreweries. It would be great.
You just
dig
wonder-
through Google, it's like a box of free trade coffee beans. Throw them in inventory.
Wander
Feminist
through, like,
literature. Trade it
burnt
for
down
bottle
Christmas
caps.
tree farms.
Yep.
It's nothing.
Be really good.
It's just nothing.
Yes, I would play Fallout Portland, no doubt.
Me too.
You can't do Fallout Moscow. Every time there's a post-apocalypse, it's in Moscow. Every time.
Well, they have
Seen
Metro, so they've pretty much already made that game. You know, they've got both Metro
we've
games, which
seen
are
it.
fantastic. And
Oh, yeah,
not
they
to
do,
mention
yeah.
Stalker, which is also kind of around that area.
yeah, you can't do
Someone said-
Moscow. That's happened.
Someone said Fallout Newcastle.
No,
That already exists.
no.
That already exists. That's a th-
That's
a thing
just
already.
the queyside on a Friday night. That's
Yeah,
Fallout
that's a
Newcastle.
Friday night. My God,
You
They
get
could do a
decked by
Fallout in,
mutants in tiny mini skirts.
Fallout
They say,
Newcastle.
"Oh, I'll spark you out like you fucking cunt."
If they could do like a Fallout in mainland Europe, that'd be kind of like interesting. And so
Fallout
you get to see what
Paris?
happened to, yeah, like Fallout France,
Greece.
Not for
Well,
us.
Just
yeah.
the entirety of France. Like,
Fallout Italy. No, it's like yeah, you just go to all those
Fallout
different
Venice.
places.
The
Yeah.
water would be
Oh.
so gross.
Fallout
oh,
Venice.
trust me, I've been in
crazy.
Venice. It already is.
I know. That's
It
It
smells.
would just be like, take it up 8 notches.
You get to you get to build your own gondola out of scrap metal. Perfect.
Oh, Amsterdam's the last bastion of man. Oh, that'd be so cool. They're just high all the time.
Just off their
Oh.
face.
Yeah, just like
Prague.
why even bother, man? Don't go out in the wastes. They all speak English apparently as well. Don't go out in the
Yeah.
wastes, and they're all hippies. Don't go out in the wastes,
Don't
man.
go out in the
And they're all
waste, man.
and they're all heavily American.
Yes, yeah, that's because
It's
Americans
just all the
fled
people
there.
who were there in different hostels. They just
Yeah.
all came together and created a
And
community.
they've all got like blonde dreads.
Fallout Wales.
Oh my, yes, Fallout Amsterdam, and it's called The Last Hostel. Oh my god, perfect, done. We made a game.
We
Easy.
did it. There it is.
Oh,
Good
geez.
job,
it is.
everybody.
For what I want from that game, other than an interesting setting, is I need good writing. I mean, the questing and the writing in Fallout New Vegas was vastly superior to Fallout 3. It really was. Fallout 3's writing was typical Bethesda bullshit. As usual, they created a pretty fun world to explore, but New Vegas was, for the most part, outside of the bugs, better in every way, in my opinion. So
New Vegas.
Yeah, Fallout New Vegas.
The concept's great. Yeah, that's one that you need to play. Like, that's fantastic.
Well, you know it exists, right?
No, I'm saying it's a good concept.
Just checking.
That's why it was great. It's because it was there's a lot to work with there, and that's my thing. I'm saying is the next one needs to be a good concept, not just it's the apocalypse. There needs to be a concept piece like Fallout Amsterdam,
Fallout Miami.
Well, that's kind of
that's Fallout Florida.
Originally.
Yeah, that's my original idea. Yeah. Fallout Florida is better because you got crocodile men and
oh god,
the old meth heads.
Yeah,
Fallout Miami actually just takes place in Miami, California.
It's just exactly the
People
same.
are like, this is not what I signed up for at all.
Fallout Disney, perfect.
Oh my god.
Well, the funny thing about Fallout Disney is that the initial concept art for Epic Mickey was very much Fallout Disney.
It was.
There's some really creepy
dark
stuff in there, yeah. And then we played the game and it ended up not being that at all, which sucked.
Fallout Disney, man, that has to happen.
I would kill for that.
No, it would be Fallout Six Flags. They'd be into it. Fallout Disney, they wouldn't
do Six Flags lately. It's pretty much already there.
No pun intended.
A girl got her legs cut
Flags,
off the last time I was at Six Flags. A girl got her legs cut off.
Yeah.
The last time I went to a Six,
it's pretty brutal.
What, when you were there?
Six Flags, yes. I took my cousins to go to Six Flags, and the Superman drop ride. This girl, a wire cut as it was coming down, swooped down, cut the girl's legs right off while we were in the park.
Holy
they made everyone leave.
shit.
I was like, well, I'm never going back to this place ever again, ever.
Hang on, a cable snapped and just cut her legs off.
Yeah, it was kind of like
cable.
in Die Hard with a Vengeance when that dude gets cut in half because the cable, just like that dude.
Oh my god.
Her legs came
So by the time she landed at the bottom of the ride, she just had no
gone.
legs.
Yes,
they
wheel I've never been so horrified of anything in my life. It was
imagine so. I mean, that's got to be ranked up there in terrifying things to happen to you.
I've heard. Yes. I mean, since I've been here, there's been 2 accounts where people have told me about people that have just fallen out of a ride.
Six Flags is
a mess, man.
a terrifying place.
It just does a loop, and the person just goes, pew! That's it.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, pretty sure I saw a video of that on fucking Live Lake. I'm like, well, that's enough internet for one day. Ugh. Let's take a break.
Yes, chat. That was the one in Kentucky that shortly closed after that. Absolutely. Yep.
When we come back, we can talk a little bit about the XCOM 2 announcement and the trailer that's come out. Yeah. And we'll see what else we can dig up. You're watching the Co-Optional Podcast. Don't go anywhere. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the Co-Optional Podcast for the final 45 minutes or so of the show. Strip's very excited about this.
I would like to point out, because everybody's going to think I was the one who was pooping. It wasn't me.
Okay. Yeah, it was Jess.
She was in there before me, though, so I don't know what happened in there. Probably putting on more makeup or whatever it is girls do.
Totally, yep. That's what I was doing.
Yeah.
Girl things.
You know, girl things.
Hashtag.
Feminine things. Hashtag girl things.
Just girl things.
Well, hashtag double flush.
You idiots.
What?
Some people want us to talk about the Dark Souls 3 thing, but I've got to point out that every website that's reported on it has only reported a single source. So while it is entirely possible, we should also bear in mind that recently there were rumors that Silent Hill had been acquired by Microsoft, which was not in any way true because it only came from one source. We don't report things that only come from one source.
I
Watch the fucking newsroom. Come on.
A Dark Souls 3, and if it is, it's gonna suck. So.
We'll see. I have no idea, but it's they only have one source confirmed on it, which, as far as I'm concerned, isn't a confirmation at all. So we're not bloody discussing it. That simple. Now, if it happens to be announced properly, or if they acquire a second source, then we'll talk about it. But as it stands, no. What we will talk about is XCOM 2, because that was announced.
Oh yeah.
It was. It was initially teased as something called Project Advent or something along those lines, and Advent apparently refers to the soldiers, the kind of government forces in the game. And it seems like this time around you happen to be a kind of guerrilla group of veterans and elite guys from the previous XCOM, but the entire world government has somehow been insidiously overtaken by the aliens, and you're now fighting against both the government and the alien incursion. But it seems like you might be doing it from a flying base, from what I can tell. Like, the trailer showed this sort of helicarrier kind of thing. And it looks like that. Yeah. Basically, you might be the Avengers, essentially, for all intents and purposes. Which is kind of neat.
That sounds cool, yeah.
Ooh.
Showed some screenshots. It looks fairly XCOM-like. They've added some melee weapons in there. There are apparently going to be 5 classes. They haven't announced the 5th class yet, but they've done quite a bit to customize and change the existing ones around. So that's pretty cool. The classes are now the Specialist, the Grenadier, the Ranger, and the Sharpshooter. So there's going to be something involving that. There's apparently going to be visual customization on soldiers the longer they stay alive, which is neat. You can
Interesting. That's fun.
Yeah, it's kind of neat. You can customize genders and nationalities whenever you want, which I thought you could actually do that in the original XCOM. Maybe I was mistaken. But if you want a like specific team, you can do that. And it's like, I want all my guys to be French women. You can do that. No problem at all. Yeah.
Terrible military team.
Yeah. Big change. You can... sometimes the enemy will be able to... Instead of just scampering away like the original game, sometimes you'll be able to surprise the enemy and shoot them first before they do that, which is nice, because I think that'll make the battles take a little bit less time. It was always annoying when every time you'd always push forward. It's almost like pulling mobs in a dungeon. You had to push forward slowly because, oh, I triggered an alien pack, now it's going to run away and take cover, and of course you don't want to be out in the open, and you can't respond to that pack because they'll have immediately taken cover, so you can't fucking hit them, which I think was kind of annoying. And it forced a very kind of Overwatch-heavy playstyle, so hopefully they changed that. Maps are now procedurally generated as well, which means you won't be playing the same maps over and over and over again, which is pretty killer.
Can I jump in really quick? As reading through stuff, the mobile base is in fact just called The Avenger, which is...
Is it?
Yes.
That's...
Nice.
Really?
That's really
amusing.
funny.
I like that.
Yeah.
It's pretty cool.
That's actually quite funny.
Yeah. Looks like you will also be able to loot stuff into a backpack of some description, so there's going to be like more item management, whereas previously it was a case of, oh, you have a weapon and a side item. So there's actually going to be some sort of inventory management, new enemy types and all sorts of things like that, and they're going to have full-on mod support for it, which is really cool. And the game is PC exclusive, at least for the time being. So it's going to be coming out first on PC, which makes sense. So hopefully what that means is we'll have a game that's designed for PC instead of being designed in a way that's kind of console friendly and ends up being a pain in the ass to control. So that's...
What's their stance on shooting through walls?
I hope they fixed it, because there was a lot of that. It's like...
Probably my least favorite part of the original XCOM.
Oh, where the line of sight was so inconsistent. It's like, hey, this guy shot me through 3 walls, and the thing just passed through.
Yeah, and I'm like...
Yes.
What was that? What was that shit? I planned this perfectly, and you're shooting me through a goddamn wall.
Yeah, that was the worst part of it. The line of sight was so inconsistent in that game that could actually happen. It was infuriating. So I do hope that they make the line of sight make more sense and give you better visual feedback. That would be good. Let's just put it that way, especially when you can't undo your movements. So it's like, oh shit, I actually thought I could hit him from there, but as it turns out, I can't. So, as long as they make that more obvious, that would be great. But I'm looking forward to it. I played, how much did I play the original? 105 hours. So, yeah.
I've never played XCOM.
It's great. It's fantastic.
I don't know if it'd be your game, Sam. I'm going to be real honest.
Why not?
Yeah.
Break it down, man.
I think you like being more, I think you're a guy who likes to be in it. And this is more of an, you're above it kind of a game. I wouldn't say you're not a strategical kind of guy, but you like the in it. My strategy is I'm actively involved rather than I'm slowly moving my men across the board. I don't know that'd be a you thing.
Yeah,
it requires a level of patience I'm not sure you have.
No. It's like playing single player games. I can't do it.
I like it. I like it a lot.
I'll do it.
I hope there's more base customization. I love the idea of aliens actually attacking your base. It was a part of the storyline in Enemy Within that you could have a base battle, but in the original XCOM games, your base could actually be attacked and you had to like repair it and build defenses and shit. That was really fun. So hopefully they also don't force you into that artificial choice bullshit where it's like, oh, you've only got one plane, so you can only be in one place at once. Like, what? I can build 16 interceptors, but I can only build one transport aircraft? What the fuck's up with that? I've got 16 guys. I could be in all 3 of these cities. Nope, I can only go to one. It's like, it would just be too much effort to do anything else. Come on. Let's hopefully see that
We need
get
you
fixed.
focused, TV. We need you focused on one thing at a time.
Of course. You are the commander, and you can only focus on one thing at a time. Let the other fuckers in like, Zimbabwe die. You know, it's fine. You could pick this other one. It became an annoying management thing where it's like, well, I guess I don't need the bonus from this area too much. It was artificial and contrived. And all of the other previous games didn't do that. So I'm hoping that they get rid of that.
Someone said, "Strippin, you won't like it. It's not early access."
Sing, sing,
Nice!
sing.
I like it. I like it. It's good. It's good.
Accurate.
Yeah, absolutely. I don't know about that. Is anything else in the news this week? It's actually been a news-heavy week, but we hadn't played a lot of video games, so it kind of ruined the whole thing by spending half the show talking about news. How dare we focus on video games?
Yeah.
I mean, they're all stupid, of course. Let's see. There's a new trailer for Dragon Quest Heroes out. I don't like the Dynasty Warriors games, but I think maybe I like Dragon Quest enough to play this.
I cannot confirm or deny that I've played it, but I will simply say that it is the least the least Dynasty Warriors game I've ever played.
Sounds good to me.
You'll
I'm
love
all
it.
for
You'll
that,
love
then.
it. You'll love it. It actually plays like an RPG.
Great.
Like,
that sounds awesome.
You have to switch between characters
Interesting.
and like use spells and stuff. Oh yeah.
King Slime is in it. Yay. One of the only JRPGs that I ever beat was Dragon Quest VIII. And I played that for 120 hours. I also beat all of the Monster Arena stuff. I collected all the rare monsters and made the big monster teams. And that game sucked me in really well. It had such a great story. The voice acting was so good. The music and the open world was so fun to run around. They're releasing it on 3DS. They actually announced it, I think, a couple of days ago. There'll be a 3DS version of Dragon Quest VIII. That might be an excuse to play it again. There's going to be bonus characters as well.
Dragon Quest is awesome.
It's lovely. It's a great game. Absolutely love that. So, I mean, Dragon Quest Heroes, which obviously really isn't kind of a JRPG, still looks really, really fun, though. So, here's hoping it ends up being good. I'm all for that.
Word.
Indeed. What else? Anything else that's been going on?
Trying to think of.
Don't think so. That really might be about it. We might have a slightly shorter show this week. Alright, Gamefly is launching its own Netflix for games style streaming service, so that's going to be kind of competing with PlayStation Now and things like that. You'll be able to subscribe between $7 to $10 a month, but it's exclusive to Amazon Fire TV. So if you don't have an Amazon Fire TV, you can't use it.
What?
Okay, good.
Aha. There are only 40 games on the service, and you can't get a single price access to everything. You have to kind of subscribe to a bundle. So
What?
you rent a bundle for $7 per month as a Lego bundle or a Speed bundle.
What?
That is really stupid.
Yeah.
That's a dumb idea. Who came up with that?
Yeah, the best thing you can do if you want access to as many as possible is there's a bundle which has 16 of the 40 games in it, called the Gamer Pack, but you can't subscribe to the whole fucking thing. That's incredibly silly.
Wow.
Not a fan of that. I mean, I'm not a big into cloud gaming at the best of times, but this looks like an even worse service than something like PlayStation Now, which at least lets you rent individual stuff and gives you access to everything, and it's like, hey, you can get a subscription and get pretty much everything there. But I don't like it. Yeah. Plus, Amazon Fire TV, really? You're gonna restrict it to that platform? That's hyper specific.
Amazon must have paid a lot of money to make that happen.
Oh, I have no doubt. Yeah. So Amazon sells a controller. I actually have an Amazon Fire TV. I never use it, but I've got one of these things, and you can get a game controller for it. And they have their own game studio now, so they released like one game for it, and there's a few games that are Android that you can play on it, but outside of that, it's a useless gaming platform. It's absolutely worthless. Would never use it for that. Like, you are better off connecting your phone to your television because you get more choice. So, yeah. Ugh. Cloud gaming.
Yeah, I'm wondering how long it's going to take for cloud gaming to work properly.
No idea. I tried
Because
it.
companies are going to keep trying to do it, right?
Yes.
Like, we haven't hit a wall where they're like, maybe this just won't work. But
I mean, I
I'm
tried
wondering how long
NVIDIA's-
it's going to take.
I tried NVIDIA's grid on the Shield. Sometimes it's okay, sometimes it's unreliable as fuck. Like, I would not use it as any... The thing is, like, if they want to turn it into a primary gaming platform, it's going to be reliable pretty much all the time, and it never fucking is.
Right.
It really is not. So it's pot luck as to whether or not the game you're streaming will actually work properly. And in the case of the last time I tried Grid, it just didn't work. Like, it was very, very laggy. So, no. It's not for me.
How's that refund coming, TB?
Still not through yet.
Oh.
No sign of it yet.
Sam, are you being snarky?
Garbage.
No, I was just wondering if you got refunded yet.
Samuel, are you being snarky? Are you being a snarky Brit?
You don't know anything about Brits. You think you do. You think you do. But you don't.
All right.
All right?
It's all a big mystery, really.
Sure. You nailed me. Wink.
Yep.
Nailed me.
Apparently, they just updated Steam in the last few minutes to make refunds easier to get. Like, it's part of the interface now, so you don't have to go to the website. So, there you go. Literal update in the middle of the actual show itself. So, there you go. Even better. Even
So you
better.
messed up. You should have waited.
That TB bump. It's that TB bump. He did it and suddenly it
Sure.
changed.
Yeah, I doubt that.
Let's see then. Help. Support.
Well, you got to
Well,
update your Steam. I'm just going to update mine now. I'm not sure
Alright.
what they changed about it.
But I think it updated when I opened it before.
Maybe.
Steam features? Steam Workshop? No.
Yeah,
None
what's
of
the?
that.
I'm not sure what the best way to do it though. I mean, I guess you'd still have to go through like community. Just go through. Even if you go through the help section, you still have to go to Steam support. I think.
Put your ass on my head.
So, what?
What?
Oh,
Cat.
it's the cat. Okay.
Oh. Thought you
like,
went
all right.
insane.
What problem are you having?
It's this.
It's
the
not
same.
what I expected.
Yeah. Well, you.
I'd
well,
like to
you can
request
do
a
that.
refund. Okay, yeah, it's super easy. You go help,
Yeah.
Steam support, and then it gives you your recent products at the top, or you can look at all of your products, and then
Yeah.
you can be like,
It's
it'll
what
be
I
like,
did
what's
earlier.
wrong? Yeah.
I guess the update must have already been in place when I did it earlier. So whatever. That's really about it, isn't it? I don't have anything else to talk about. I don't know about the rest of you.
Yeah, you want to do releases?
Yeah, why not? Let's wrap it up a little
Relaxes.
bit early today. Why not?
Yeah, I can go play Ark.
And I will not do that.
JK, I have a lot of work to do.
I'll go
actually.
stream some Heroes.
Yay. Because you know Heroes is really popular as a streaming game.
It doesn't matter.
Wait.
That's me.
Well, apparently it's
So much me.
Crendor because he beat you to the award.
He did! How the fuck
He's
you
the
pulled
best.
that off?
He's
I
the
don't know.
best. Well, because they left
Scamming
me off the
little
list.
bastard.
That's why. That's why. Blizzard.
Eh-heh.
Okay. June
I'll
2nd,
never
aka
forget
today,
I can see how much it
aka
hurts you.
Tuesday.
It does.
Lord of Magna Made in Heaven for 3DS and 3DS eStore.
Okay.
It's coming out.
What? Wait.
Lord
what?
of Magna. Maiden
Heaven.
Heaven. Yes, it's not Maiden.
Anime bullshit?
It's anime,
Anime
bullshit.
bullshit? Yeah.
Wait, what? What day do you see this one?
Yeah, it's kind of a
Because-
anime harem thing, apparently.
You have to go down to June 2nd
Yeah, I
because for
see
some
it.
reason June
It's
4th
reversed.
is above June 2nd. It's very strange.
Yeah, common
There are
sense.
2 June 4ths. Holy shit.
Top-down
I know,
strategy
ah.
RPG,
Slapping.
basically.
June 4th.
The Escapists for PS4.
I hate
Mhm.
that game.
I know you do.
It's game
Is it
about Prison
finished?
Break.
Is it finished now?
I hate that
Yeah, I
Apparently.
think it is. I think it came out a couple of months back, didn't it, on PC?
Yeah,
Poker Rally?
I remember streaming it when it was still in early access.
Yeah. The weird thing, there's actually also a game called The Escapist, which is extremely confusing. Like, they both exist.
Whoops.
Yeah.
Which one's which? Is this is the prison
The
break one, right?
Escapist is the bad
Escapists
one that
with
has
an
mostly
S.
negative reviews, whereas the Escapists is apparently much better and is completely different.
Yeah, that's the prison one.
All right, June 3rd, aka tomorrow, Rescue 2 Everyday Heroes for PC.
Yeah, this is a firefighting game, I believe. You deploy various firefighting vehicles and things to fight fires and rescue people. That's
You
all.
become an everyday hero, as
Of
it were.
course. Yes.
I see.
It's the second part of this exciting series.
Next one is The Enchanted Cave 2 for PC.
One assumes there's a cave involved. And it
I
might
assume
be...
there's a cave, yeah.
It is a roguelite. Actually, it looks like it might be a roguelike, a proper one. Maybe. But yeah, it's kind of top-down, roguelite-esque dungeon crawler.
Cool. Color Assembler for PC.
My favorite game.
You literally assemble colors and shapes.
Yeah.
And puzzles.
It's a
my
color
favorite
mixing
game.
puzzle game, basically.
As a colorblind man, I love nothing more than to play Color Assembler.
Of course, I'm sure you do really well at it.
Galaxy Union for PC.
Galaxy
Union. Galaxy Union. It's on Desura already. What the
A
hell?
lot of this stuff is. Galaxy Union. It's not expensive.
hell is
Economic-based 4X strategy game, basically, set in space. There's been quite a few of those lately. The UI looks... kind of old, I gotta say. Like,
Delicious.
it's not a pretty game. Not a pretty game.
All right, a lot of stuff came out on June 4th. So much stuff, in fact, that there are 2 separate lists on here for
okay.
whatever reason.
All right.
Duck Game for PC.
Yes.
That's that Adult Swim game, yeah.
I believe you are right. Yeah, it's been published by Adult Swim.
Duck Game is great. I don't care what anyone says. It is. They have a button dedicated just to quacking to taunt your opponent. Goes whap 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 whap. It's amazing. It's
I'm
really
looking at this game and I'm kind of trying to figure out what the fuck is going on with it. It's like a 2D arena combat game where you're playing ducks trying to murder each other with various weapons.
Yes, and it's really silly and really fun. I love it.
It has online play as well. Cool. Yeah, I should give this a shot. I actually have code for this, so I should probably look at it. Looks kind of. It has so many hats.
One button dedicated to quacking.
Love it. Cool. Looks pretty cool.
Next up is Vector Wars for PC. Vector with a K.
If I recall correctly, this is a sort of first-person Battlezone-esque thing with the sort of wireframe graphics.
Yeah, it's wireframe.
Yeah,
Max.
it's inspired by Battlezone, Berserk, and Robotron, rendered in 80s vector vision. Yeah, so it's a first-person combat game.
Good.
Ooh.
Next up is Star Hammer, The Vanguard Prophecy for PC.
It's a fucking awesome name for a game. I don't know if it's
Yeah.
any good.
A hell of a
but-
name.
Take
Oh,
command
damn,
of
this
Naval
kinda looks cool.
Strike Group 7 and lead your fleet to victory in a full 3D space tactical combat game. Okay. That sounds and looks really, really
It
good,
looks cool,
yeah.
yeah.
It's-
Oh,
Wow.
what's that game? The old game that used to be exactly like this. It was on PC.
Homeworld?
Yes,
Okay, it's nothing like that.
Homeworld. What?
I don't think.
It's not.
I think it's. Is it turn-based? I'm not sure if it is. Tactical combat. Yeah, you give your commands and then watch the results in pausable real time. So it's basically a turn-based kind of game.
I see. It's like Championship Manager.
Ish. It looks really neat, actually. I really should try
Space
this out.
people.
Yeah, I think this one looks right up my alley.
Tile Rider for PC.
I have a feeling this one won't be right up my alley. What is it?
Tile Rider.
Single-player game where you control a small car, which is equipped with a weapon and a magnet gadget. Navigate each level of the virtual world from start to finish, solving puzzles and outsmarting enemies. Yep, you are a tiny car thing, and there are puzzles.
yes.
Yep, I definitely will not like that.
Ark Survival Evolved, which
Yes,
we have already
yep,
discussed
that's
at
the
length for
latest
PC.
flavor of the month survival game.
Riddled
It actually
Corpses
comes out
for
today,
PC.
not on June 4th.
Oh, is it out today?
Oh.
Okay.
Yeah, it was supposed to be live on Steam 15 minutes ago. Or so.
Well, it
Interesting.
ain't.
Oh, there it is.
Aye.
Riddled Corpses for PC.
It is an arcade shooter of sorts.
It actually looks kind of cute.
It does. Yeah.
Little
It's
chibi people killing
kind of a
zombies.
little anime-esque. Yeah. Murdering people. Sort of 16-bit graphic style. Looks alright.
Huh. Oh my god, that trailer was quite loud. Soccer Rage for PC.
I'm looking at this right now. It looks so terrible bad. It might be awesome.
It could be great. Like, it looks like it's a mixture of supposedly a fighting game and a sports game. It kind of looks a bit like, oh god, what's the name of it? Speedball. I'll give this a try. Like, if it's anything like Speedball, I love sort of futuristic combat sports games, which I know is kind of a bit specific, but things like Speedball 2 Brutal Deluxe are amazing.
I'm confused because it looks like so far all of these ones on this second June 4th list actually came out today.
I would imagine that the list is wrong then.
So there we go.
It might be an extension of June 2nd.
Yeah, these are coming out today, even though it lied. So enjoy. Voyage to
I told you it
Farland
would never
also comes
consciously
out
betray
today
the rebellion.
for PC.
Sorry, I missed that because I was making witty Star Wars quips.
Voyage to Farland.
Farland, really? They couldn't do any better than that. It's like, oh, it's over there. What do we call it? Farland, I guess.
Farland.
Oh, Voyage
Inspired
to
by
Farland.
cult Japanese classic mystery dungeon games.
Good.
All right then.
Do they provide an example?
It's a turn-based roguelike. Another one. Next.
Next up is Gunslugs for PC.
If I recall correctly, this is Gunslugs 2, is it?
Just says Gunslugs.
Okay.
So I don't know.
Wait a minute.
This says
Did they go
Gunslugs
backwards?
2.
No,
if you go to their website,
Yeah,
it says
Gunslugs 2 is already out.
Yeah, Gunslugs 2 came
Came
out
out
on
January.
January the 14th. Literally, they're releasing the previous game in the series after the sequel. I am not
sure.
kidding.
Maybe it wasn't on Steam.
It wasn't. Yeah, so you can play the previous one now, for some reason. And it is a retro platformer with guns. Yay.
On June 5th, we've got Silvio for PC.
Silvio. How do you spell that?
Sylvio.
Oh.
Action, adventure, shooter, puzzle.
Horror, actually. Indie first-person horror adventure, according to this.
Perfect.
This one is actually out on June the 5th, because fuck you.
Wimp, Who Stole My Pants for PC.
What?
Who stole my pants?
That's a good question. You know, it's a valid question. Let the guy ask it. It's a 2D
it's me.
platformer.
I did it.
Turmoil for PC.
Turmoil. This is an early access game. It is set in 1899. It's about drilling for oil. So you see, turmoil.
Interesting.
Stop.
Looks alright. Looks kind of neat. I'm not exactly sure how bloody well works, but yeah, you search for oil, and then you build an oil rig, create a pipe network to bring the oil up, store it in silos, buy upgrades to get oil faster, and deal with rivals.
That joke was so good that you stole the oxygen to my brain and forced me to do a deep yawn.
Ah, that's how it works. Okay.
Tap Heroes for PC.
Tap Heroes.
Tap Heroes. I hope it's about tap dancing, please. Oh my god.
Welcome to the first puppet show RPG. Participate in battling a ton of foes, buy new upgrades, cast magic, and recruit new heroes, or just sit back and enjoy the show as your heroes fight on their own and do other things. Alright?
Tap dancing at all! Dang it.
There doesn't appear to be any tap dancing whatsoever. The graphic style's kind of neat.
It's a game you don't play.
Yeah, it literally does seem like a game you don't play. It seems like Clicker Heroes, which was, also a game you don't play. I think. I don't know if you actually do anything in this game.
It's
Not a
just,
clue.
it exists, though.
It does. Mm-hmm. It's a screensaver.
And last up, until next Tuesday, we've got D4, Dark Dreams Don't Die.
Yeah.
I'm so in.
It's
I'm a
that's
million
a very
times in.
strange game.
It looks like the bastard child of Fahrenheit, and I want it so badly. You have no clue.
It's been out on Xbox One for a while, and they've now ported it to PC. It was an episodic game. It does look very much like Fahrenheit, actually, and it's also probably about as weird. It's a sweary game. Didn't Swery make Deadly Premonition? If I recall correctly? Am I right with that?
I hear it is super bonkers, like in all the insane ways. So I'm in.
Actually, I don't think it did. I must have been thinking of somebody else. Interesting. All right. Well, there you go. Video games.
It looks like Cry's played it on the YouTubes.
Months ago, it looks like, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So he probably played the
on Xbox for a while, yeah.
Yeah, it has been out for a while. It's just we're getting it on PC now, which is kind of neat.
Crazy.
Yeah, it's another reason not to own a
wild.
console. As if we needed any more. I think that's about it. Frankly, don't think there's anything else really.
Nope.
Nope, pretty much not. Okay, cool.
Yeah.
Let's wrap it up. We should, of course, let you know the Tokyo Hosto came out today as well.
Of course.
If you wish to play a male host, hitting on women and cleaning the toilets after drinking copious
maybe I
amounts
do.
of alcohol, you can buy that for $5 on Steam right now.
Tokyo Hosto?
Yep, Tokyo Hosto.
Oh, Baller Industries. Shut up, Baller Industries.
God damn it.
Love it. Good.
All right, this looks amazing.
It does look great. And by great, I mean the worst thing I've ever seen.
It's like Dodger's already saved up 10 episodes of it, I can guarantee it. All right.
You're looking lovely in the moonlight, Sakura.
Oh, for
Shut
Christ's
up.
sake.
Can I pour you some more sake?
Sake.
It's pronounced sake.
Sake.
Not sake.
No. Canapes.
Tokyo
Fizzy
Hosto.
water.
Canapes and
Sake.
fizzy water.
Sake is, of course, stupid. Anyway, that's pretty much us done for the show. Thank you very much for watching. Let's plug our stuff and demand that you watch us. Strip. Begin.
Hi,
Strip,
guys.
everybody.
No, don't do that.
All right.
Premium content, if you subscribe. That's for the subscribers after the show. There you go.
Subscribers only
sorry.
after the show. Yeah.
Yep.
Always
My name's
jump the
TheStrippin. YouTube.com/Strippin. I do gameplay stuff, vlogs, musings, other stuff. I got a pretty cool series up at the moment where I try my hand at professional poker.
How well is that going for you?
I did all right. I did better than I thought I would.
Okay.
I did a lot better than I thought I would. I was in a tournament with like 600 professional players, and I was like, I think top 10%. So yeah.
All right.
Yeah,
Not
no
bad.
spoilers, but I did pretty good.
Also, he abuses dinosaurs. Remember that.
Yeah.
Yes, he does.
And twitch.tv/strippin, where I'm going to be abusing dinosaurs probably for the rest of the day. So feel free to come over and check me out. And thanks for having me on the show.
Jesse, what's going on this week?
Hey, more of the huge. Just, all the things. If you want to see more Witcher, thank you guys. So many people want to watch that. It's mind-boggling. So
Maybe it's because you're not spending time running around collecting elf fruit.
False.
Okay.
I definitely am collecting everything, but it's because everything in the world actually has a point. Unlike Dragon Age, where you run into like random shit and it's just random shit. In Witcher, it's all connected and like gives you more stories. So it's like you're doing quests while you're doing nothing. So it's A-okay. And then that youtube.com/JesseCox, and then Twitter/JesseCox. Go there and let's get 200,000 this week. Okay, thanks. And then
Dodger's ahead of you.
Oh, she'll always be ahead of me.
She wasn't once.
Yeah, well, then she started dating you. I'm not going to go into my theory of why she got ahead of me. But the minute she started dating you, the minute she blew up. I'm just saying.
All debt.
I'm just saying.
Wait,
why
didn't I blow up then? I got nothing out of it.
That's because she's
Yeah,
the
literally
attractive
nothing.
one.
Because she's more interesting than you are.
Yeah.
This is bullshit.
Yeah, you molest dinosaurs. No
You're
one
just
wants
not
to
very
follow that guy.
entertaining.
Maybe I'm going to run away with the dinosaurs. We're the dinosaurs. They still have more Twitter followers than the dinosaurs. How about that?
Nope, I disagree.
Dinosaurs didn't have
Dinosaurs will
Twitter.
always have more Twitter followers.
I see through your scheme.
Triceratops was like,
Immediately after this, I'm going to stream some heroes. So, there.
All right.
Done.
Dodger, what's going on at the channel this week?
Hi guys. More butt-touching games, visual novels, my Jimmy Jam. Also, gaming news
Is
went
that
up
even a
this last
sentence?
Sunday. Yep.
Okay. I'll just
So if
take
any of
your
that
word for
sounds
it.
like your bag, press R to continue. That's where to find me on YouTube. Also twitch.tv/dexterity bonus. We have Manga Pod tonight at 7:30 Pacific time. Pacific day. What does the D stand for? Oh my God, I've never tried to say that
Pacific
before.
Daytime and Pacific Standard Time, and it's based off of
Daylight.
daylight
Daylight
savings.
No, I know
You
it's based on
jumped up.
daylight savings. I didn't know what the D standed for. The D.
Day.
You don't know
Day-
what the D's for?
Now I know it stands for
Dar,
day.
dar, dar.
Look. Anyway.
Just to say I'm proud,
yeah.
not me proud.
If you wanna hear four
Bro.
weebs talk about manga, come hang out. Stop ruining this for me. Come hang out and watch Manga Pod. It'll be awesome. Also, on all the social medias, I'm at DexBonus, DEXBONUS. Thanks so much.
Cool. Find me at youtube.com/cynicalbrit as per usual. Stuff coming out this week. More WTF is. A return of 15 minutes of game, most likely. Because I can't think of anything better to do with my time. There'll probably be some content patch just rehashing all the stuff that I just said for tomorrow, which will be ideal. It's like, yeah, let's turn it into a different show that comes out a little bit earlier. That's...
Never mind. The
Well,
D's
now we
taken
know
care
where
of.
she keeps the D. All right, fair enough.
Now we
I've
know
got
what the D
D.
is.
I've got lots of the D. Don't
Okay,
worry.
all right, you got enough. Fair enough. There'll be a clan war tomorrow at 9 p.m. Eastern, which is 6 p.m. on the Pacific Coast, which is God knows what too fucking late time in Europe, and that's going to be Spenu taking on Yo Flash Wolves. And my refund has still not come through. No, so it did not finish before the end of the show. So I guess it takes a little bit longer, which I guess makes sense. Outside of that, yep, you can find me on Twitter, youtube.com/cynicalbrit, twitter.com/TotalBiscuit is where you want to go. And that's the show, folks. Thank you very much for watching. Big thanks to our guest, Strippin. Big thanks to everyone that subscribed today. And, of course, big thank you to Alpha Geek Radio for doing the test run of the low bandwidth stuff for those that just want to listen to the audio on the go. That's it. We're done. Remember,
Bye.
video games are stupid, of course.
Video
We'll see you
games
next
are
time.
really dumb. Keep playing
Video
them.
games are stupid, and so are you.
Polygon's dumber.
Yay.